All right, last session, you managed to somehow live that encounter. Some of you, it's more of a miracle than others.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Volk, how'd you live?
We're gonna have word.
And you have successfully gained, or one of you has successfully gained control over a giant hulking machine.
That's when I just betray the party and kill everybody.
I mean,
I'm
it
not
wouldn't be
saying
that hard.
do that,
You and
but
your 36 HP against the world.
I'm not saying it's viable and a great option, but I mean, they are looking pretty squishy though.
Especially one of them.
Yeah, Nyla. Hey, I still do have double the amount of hit points as Molly did.
Mac-
All
or
right.
sorry, Texas Red, are you feeling all right? Saw you take a hit last time, and I know that's normally not in your standard operating procedure.
I'll be fine.
He's got a pretty severe paper cut right now. All right, he's just bleeding out.
Big boo boo. Those are the worst.
Speaking of bleeding out, Damien still with us?
Yeah. Out of 85, I would say I'm at a solid 6. So, it's pretty good for the end of the battle for me.
All right, the Hobgoblin commander. Actually, I think he's a captain or something. He's got an official title. Oh, warlord. There we go. Comes over. Let's see. Who wants to look the most official in this party?
Definitely not Damien.
Probably Texas.
Well, I mean,
Red, honestly.
I already talked with him.
Fair point. Volk, he goes up to you and says, "All right, can we help you take that over to where you need to take that to? Which location?
No, think
That's what the
I
bird's
think
for.
we have all the transport we have in hand. We thank you for your support, but be on the lookout. There are, I believe, orcs on the horizon, and I assure you this is not the last of them.
There are always orcs on the horizon."
Yes, well, once again, I would like to thank you for assisting us in in our mission.
All right. As you talk to him, roll me an insight check.
Baby, I got like 3 of those.
Damien would like to go over to the edge of this cliff and just sit
Oh,
in
6.
pain.
Okay. All right. In that case, which bird do you strap your giant ass? How do you first off carry this construct around?
Well, the bird has claws, right?
Yeah, but this thing has
Yes,
a bunch of
but
spikes on its back.
in case you didn't notice, this is the thing you're trying to carry around. The spikes
seeing an
are,
issue
are
here.
are like several feet long.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
a
if you're
metal
going
bird.
to, if you want the giant metal bird to carry it with its bare feet, roll me an animal handling check.
Wait, can it carry it by its feet? It doesn't have spikes on its feet, right?
Roll me an animal handling check.
Birds die.
All right, we should probably figure out a way to. How much rope do we have?
I have 50 feet.
I've got 25 feet of fireproof.
Promising. Can we rig up some sort of harness, Damien? I believe this is your expertise, rope craft.
Yep, sure, we'll go with that. Woo!
This sounds so promising.
Okay. I accidentally rolled it to
All right.
jam, but I got a 17, so.
With a 17 in rope craft. What modifier are you using for that +7?
Dexterity, and I got proficiency because I think at one point we said it since I used it as part of my carpenter's tool stuff. Because it would make
Sure.
sense to tie ropes around fallen trees to drag them.
Loose and vague words. I approve. All right. Somehow you jury rig a rope harness. It will take you time. Do you have some way of concealing your presence here or keeping watch or setting up a formation while Damien spends like 3 or 4 minutes trying to
Alternatively,
set this
we
I
thing up?
could.
wait, Maximilian, you have
Yes.
fly, correct?
I have the ability to fly, yes. Or the
I was
magic
gonna.
fly.
Why don't we just have that thing fly alongside us?
Yeah, I don't.
Doesn't that only last like 10
Yeah.
minutes to an hour or something?
It's not great.
How long does it last?
It lasts 10 minutes.
What's the highest level you can cast it at?
I don't think that does anything for.
Yeah, it just lets me
Oh,
add more targets to fly.
well, how many times can you cast it? Because how long did it take us to fly here?
A
Like
full
a
day.
couple.
All right, rats.
Yeah, I could cast it for maybe an hour
By
and
the
like
way-
30 minutes.
By the way, I'm going to fly up in the air and kind of scout out the area.
All right. Because you can make it fly, I'm going to say you're going to be able you would be capable of jury rigging this setup in the air so you wouldn't get attacked by anything at least.
Sweet.
So you don't need to set up any kind of combat or anything like that.
Okay.
So Maximilian, expend a spell slot for the flight.
Because Damien can fly as well. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Too easy.
All right. You have tied a cadaver to a giant metal bird
Mhm.
in such a manner that you are not killing the giant metal bird.
Hey. It's always a bonus.
Those of you who require birds to fly, who is your partner, and how far away are you flying from the bird that has the cadaver collector?
I'll be on this bird.
I think I was
Um,
riding with Volk.
Yeah. Are we? Well, do you want to stay with the corpse collector in case anything terrible happens? You can
The
cast
bird will
fly.
not be able to lift you and the corpse collector.
What about What if Maximilian's riding the corpse collector?
Again. Still wait.
All right.
This
I-
bird
that-
is barely holding this corpse collector up in the air.
All right. I guess Maximilian and I be close enough where, at the first notice of any of Damien's thing collapsing, we can cast fly on the corpse collector.
Isn't fly a touch spell?
Yes, but
I can make it ranged.
it can also be ranged.
No.
Only a limited number of times per day, though, right?
Correct. But considering how he was completely useless in the last fight, should be totally fresh.
That's on you, not me.
All right. In that case, where are you flying to?
We're going
What
back to
is your goal
Mudkip.
now? Going back to Raymerchick?
Yep.
Or Rachitmerk?
Yep. I say we fly back to the car, have the corpse collector guard the car, take everybody at the car, and go to the town, and then Invoke
Plan
will look
B.
at Maximilian. Plan B.
That just sounds disappointing to me.
Oh my
All
god!
right.
It's passive.
You fly yourselves over to here, which is the location where you parked the vehicle.
Hey, Mazran, you still here?
Are they just all dead?
Karzad, Mazran.
Wait, remember we set up traps. Check for the traps first.
As
there was-
you touch down and start calling out Mazran, you hear the sound of metal clanging, and as you continue moving towards the mouth of this cave and you look in, you see that there are the chains that you had set up are still there, and you see Mazran is definitely not looking like he just woke up from a nap, and it looks like your vehicle is still there.
Hey.
Nice.
I go and curl up on my lovely box that I use as a bed, and I fall asleep. Just instantly.
I'll be by my little helm shrine by the purple curtains. We can take a long rest here. I assume Damien would appreciate it. Maximilian, are you gonna have any issues with the corpse collector guarding us?
I don't think so.
That's
So
Good to hear.
technically, the rust monsters would
know.
go after trying to eat the corpse collector. However, the corpse collector would have no problem in one-shotting rust monsters.
also it has like 6,000
Ghost.
undead.
It
Ghosts.
has expended that ability and needs time to recharge it.
Like a long rest.
Something like that.
So anyway, we're taking a long rest. Do we need the birds anymore?
Please.
God, I'm gonna miss the metal birds.
Just looked into just buying one.
We should look. How much
I
does
thought
it
we could.
cost?
I thought we could trade a Nyla bounty for a bird.
Ooh, we should trade Nyla for Nyla. Sacrifice for the team.
Okay, all in favor of voting me off and getting a Iron Bird? Raise your hand.
You don't wanna call that vote. You don't wanna call it.
Unfortunately, we don't have cameras to see everybody raising their hands, so we have to take that as a null vote.
Oh, thanks, Damien.
But I do want you to
Brian-
know that I did raise my hand.
Damn it.
Damien may
Brian,
not have.
hypothetically,
I did.
how much does it cost to get a giant metal bird?
You would have to either negotiate with the renter, or you would have to go to a place that sells metal birds and go there and buy one there.
Well, I mean, we have. How much time did you say we had? We had roughly like 3 weeks or something left before we had to go back.
2
Give me a
weeks
second.
now.
You have somewhere between 20 and 30 days left.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
Shit.
I mean, I feel like we've got nothing else to do. Corpse collector, check. I mean, as opposed to drinking ourselves into oblivion. I mean, we got a fair amount of gold, if I remember correctly. How much could one of these things cost? I definitely think it would come in handy a lot. How much gold do we have total? Yeah, we have like 2,000 gold and
Let's have a
100
bunch of
copper.
soul coins.
Yeah, but we need those to power the vehicle, so I'll save those for last. Also, we have magic beans. I'll see if I can.
All more of those or something stupid.
As much as I want to see another child explode, I think I'm kind of good.
If you're looking for things to do, I have some other tasks that might interest the party after I get back from Route 2, apparently.
Well, that's not ominous. Dude, think about how cool it'll be to get a giant metal bird. I want it as my steed.
How will this do out
I
of
think we
this?
should call it Corviknight.
I mean, it's definitely a good name for it. However, I think we already have a name for it. Quo.
Yes. Yes. No. Big Quo.
Big Quo.
Yes.
How about Lamia?
No. Big
How
Quo.
about no? Yes, Jake.
We just get like a hot dog as a mount. God, that was so stupid.
Dude, it's so good.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
We've discovered the workshop for Left 4 Dead. And let's see here. Last night I played a game with Ezio Auditore, Isaac Clarke, Siri, and Chef Coach as we fought off hordes of zombies from Plants vs. Zombies. Occasionally sprinkled in was Waluigi, Patrick Star, hot dogs, and Shrek.
Oh my god.
And
It was
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
oh yeah, actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
I mean, you
That's
gotta have
terrifying.
actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh,
See, mine was a little different. Mine was a ragtag team of velociraptors shooting finger guns
Oh,
while
God.
fighting Zoidberg. Or cheeseburgers, which was the biggest mistake of my life.
Cheeseburgers are bad. Definitely recommending Donkey Kong Charger.
That's a solid one.
did anyone have a Dingleberg on their team?
I don't think we did.
Oh, he's like the most OP unit.
Also used
Yeah,
a lot of rocket launchers.
yeah. It got real silly, real fast.
And
But at
Ben's
the
a bastard.
same time. All right. We played like 5 campaigns. I lived through 4 out of 5 of them. And the only reason I didn't live through the last one is because my teammates shot me to death. However, I did down my 2 teammates who were attempting to team kill me before I was dragged off by, I believe it was Squidward tentacles at that point.
Why?
It happened.
Dude, the jockeys are the worst.
Hey guys, guess who got some really bad news from the boss?
All right. Shoot.
I
Turns
imagine
out-
you're saying this like right after we just wake up from the long rest. It's
Yep.
like, oh boy, now
Turns-
what?
Turns out there's a report of a devil with a black hat raiding devil supply chains. Well, trains and chains, but yeah, so people may think we are
I think you got a
robbing,
charcoal colored hat.
robbing those supply caravans that we
Can't you take off the hat?
what?
Can you take off the hat then? That way we don't get targeted.
I don't think it's a here problem. It's a more their problem when we go back there to Bator.
Are we still on the same mission? We're still chilling?
We are chilling even more now.
Oh, excellent. Did you want like a minor illusion cast on your hat so that it
No.
looks
No,
purple?
no, I'm not altering my hat. I know who did this.
Was it
Buffaloes?
someone on your long list of enemies?
Exactly. Somebody that looks up to me so much they'd copy my hat.
It's those Rolos that did it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. It's not confirmed. Anyway, we need to establish some devil alibis down here, so to speak. So I've already told Jorgath if he could send a messenger to the Duke of Thunder's palace, that would at least vouch for us for a little. Has anyone recalled any other devils we've encountered that have some rank and file that we could use as a witness to us existing down here?
Literally any of the devils at the Duke's Palace or whatever.
I know, but that covers one day basically.
True.
We can at least for Damien and I, we can attest that we were in another plane for a while.
Do you have a devil that can prove that?
Who's your devil's boss name? Because he had to approve our transport between planes.
Yeah, we had to talk to him.
Okay, so Jorgath would know that.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of before we went to the Duke of Thunder's palace. Obviously, Kamairi won't vouch for us at this point.
I think Komari's going to try to kill me one day.
Add it to the list.
Yeah,
So I think
it's a long list.
yeah.
It's quite a long list.
What did we do before the Duke of Thunder? Oh, we went into the metal.
That was
Well,
the Mercy Killer part.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the giant ants won't vouch for us because they're ants.
Giant or whatever you had down there with us that you used as a shield.
The Minotaur.
Oh, the Minotaur. That's what it was. I couldn't remember
The
exactly what it
Minotaur
was.
died, used as a meat shield.
Yes.
No, I
Rest in
don't
peace.
don't think that will vouch for. Man, we have not seen a lot of devils down here, have we?
Not really.
I'm looking at the previously section to get some sort of idea.
A lot of things, not a lot of devils.
I don't know if they would count, but the Oinoloths at the or were they Oinoloths or what were at the Lazar or what? Fuck, what was that dude's name? The crazy mage.
The Hopping Mage.
Yeah. Like he had guards
Those were
there.
Canoloths.
Ganoloths.
And as Yugoloths, they have no need to go and verify anything without something benefiting them.
Gotcha.
They are neutral evil, so basically if nothing benefits them, they don't benefit you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Okay, so I think if we can think of any ways to verify we've been down here, that's great. But it doesn't seem like we've made a big impact in terms of vouchable people.
I mean, I feel like the Duke of Thunder is a pretty.
Only one day, basically.
Yeah. What about the people? Oh, did you betray the people who you took the contract with to go? Or are they all dead? When you guys went to the cube where you needed the basilisk blood?
I think we just left them.
I mean, we could seek them out, but that's kind of a long shot.
Contracts dated, Brian, by default.
It's part of the signing process.
Okay, so I would have contracts from down here. I guess that's not super verifiable, but at least it shows something.
Look, I feel like we got our alibi, kind of. We got it down. I don't know why I say alibi. It's what we were definitely doing.
Yeah, that's what an alibi is. It's just a recollection of where you were at a single point in time.
All right, what are you implying here, Damien?
Oh, and we did send back the vault schematic to Gath. Couldn't have got those if we were on a supply train. Think we should go kill Ozerlos at some point, guys. I think this is starting to be problematic.
Isn't he like part of our plans?
Can you repeat that? You cut out.
Yeah.
Right, or framing him for stuff.
Cutting out a lot.
Framing
Like
him for
really
stuff?
bad.
Sorry. Wasn't he part of your plan for like bribing or not bribing? What's the word I'm thinking
We wanted
of?
to frame him
Yeah,
for
frame
doing
him.
our stuff.
Yeah, you framed him for stuff. What'd you frame him for again?
Killing the paladin.
Oh shit.
I mean, Ozerlos has done some pretty awful things.
He's also rolling Oni and Philippe. Anyway, that's a problem for later, but just as a heads up, guys. So, anyway, but if we're looking for stuff to do down here, I do have a contract that's kind of vague. It's just to get information, and it's on a place called the Mechanus Library.
Oh,
Might interest some of the more knowledge-learny people in our group.
Mechanus.
What's it called?
Isn't that the other plane? Plane above us? Plane of law?
I don't know.
well,
This is Acheron, and this is Mechanus.
That's where I
I'll
find
do real well in the plane of law, let me tell you.
Oh, we're in Mechanus to find the Mechanus
For-
library.
the thing first.
He's going through a tunnel for everybody else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cutting. It's real cut and dry. One. Okay, so you have Texas Red has a contract that wants information on the Mechanist library.
Oops.
Wait.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mechanus. Mechanus is this plane right here.
Okay. Mechanicus.
I have two
Got it.
other things, but I think this one's the closest to what we're doing. And you like libraries, right?
Are you pointing to me?
But you were Max. I forget who was down with the ants. And
Me.
not okay. Niall, I'm sorry. I don't relate your character with liking libraries. Like even before your dictionary mishap.
No,
The
I'm just saying that I was. I'm just saying I was with you during the ant
I
situation.
know.
Texas Red. The only issue with that is we would need permission from DeGrath to go to Mechanus.
All right, the amount of like confusion in that statement.
And
Dragath, not like Degas, like the or Degrass,
The Pokemon.
like the Pokemon. Yes, exactly.
So we're working for a Pokemon. We
Right.
gotta infiltrate the Mechanicus library.
Oh God.
So yeah, we would need approval.
All right, I'm muting him for a second so that I can heal this stroke I'm having. Okay, you can talk again.
All right. We need the Pokemon's approval so we can go into the Mechanicus plane.
What's the reward for the contract? Is it even worth our time to get permission and to do this?
Just be helping Texas Red out. Probably.
I think it's worth a soul at the very least. Brian,
Is it?
did I read closely enough to? I just have in my notes that that's where we go. I didn't really note down the rewards. I don't know if we talked about them or not even. Besides, obviously,
It's worth a soul.
it's worth a soul, so it's worth 100 gold.
I don't think that's worth it. We could find
Whatever
something
else we find in the library.
We could go pick some more berries.
Here's a list of things what we're not going to do.
We also
in
have
case you forgot, a soul is worth more than just 100 gold. It's worth however much the particular soul is worth, but also you can do things with souls.
yeah, I can turn them into slaves and sell them to the fire giants.
I kind of want to go back there. I need a better weapon. Or the
I
ice
need a
giants,
weapon.
whoever forges the blades and upgrades them.
I also have find a soul in the river of Styx. That seems dangerous, and I don't have a swimsuit. And then one is for a magical artifact related to Granny Grey Dirt, but that's in the Stygia layer of Bator, so not here. We're close to here, and in Bator, so.
all right. Well, we're gonna go back there eventually. Do you have a way of contacting your boss?
Yeah, this handy sending stone that I keep sending messages to without you guys knowing.
Oh, yeah, that one. You could ask him if we can go to Mechanus. I feel like the library is a decent start.
Is everybody okay with that if I ask for that mission? I just don't want to ask and then not do it because it's rude.
What's the mission?
Are we gonna
We go to
try
the
and get the
library?
giant crow first?
So you go to the library. What do we do?
Get info on it. I don't know.
We'll ask the librarian when we're there.
Yeah, it's in the contract. I'm sure the DM will tell me what I need to do sooner than later or after the fact.
I do need some knowledge, anyways.
I mean, if somebody else has another mission to do, I'm fine. These are just the ones I picked up from.
I don't have anything of serious importance to do. besides to look for a giant crow mount.
It's not something we really need to do.
Have we finished the quest to get the corpse collector?
Nope, because we have not brought it back to Bator, and we should not go back to Bator right now.
How long does that scroll last for?
Thought it was
The
permanent.
control.
I thought it lasted a while too.
You just need to keep performing rituals.
Well, we can transfer it to Mazron, and Mazron can keep hold of it.
Or can't Texas Red summon some devils and get them to deliver it for him?
It's a good question.
Well, Dragath didn't specify to bring it back to him right now, so I did tell him we had it.
Okay. Can you summon some? Not that I don't trust Mazron, but do we think that tying, because Mazron's gonna stay here, I imagine. Did we? And this ritual needs to be. How often does it need to be completed, Brian?
It needs to be performed within, or sorry, the ritual needs to be performed once a week, apparently. At least that's what you can understand from the scroll.
Okay. So we can give ownership to, but we can basically pass ownership around of this creature, right?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Can we pass ownership around of this creature? Because you said
Yes.
when we
yes,
got
you
it.
can.
Okay, so we could pass off the creature's ownership to Mazron in case the task we're doing lasts more than a week, and all Mazron has to do is recast this once a week.
Yes, except Mazron can't cast.
Texas Red, do you have any devils that can cast?
Not that I can, like, permanently summon.
Can imps cast?
No.
No.
What about Gial? Gial, can you cast any magic?
What do I look like? A wizard? I don't have a hat.
I mean, this is a
We
good
could
point.
get you up. Would that make you a wizard? Quick,
if it's a hat of wizard becoming, then yes.
Does anyone? Did anyone grab Shoebag's phone number? Nyla?
No, you guys told me, to go our own separate ways. Even though, I wanted him to stay with us because I knew, that'd be beneficial.
Why don't you bring it with us and have it kill things?
Oh, I just don't want to transport it to another plane.
Sadly, that's the entire purpose of putting it under a contract, is to transport it to other planes.
Yeah, it's still gonna be a pain in the neck. Have you ever moved with a dog? Ugh.
Listen, this is nothing like moving with a dog. This is like moving around with a,
Elephant.
several ton murder machine.
Like a gorilla. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
Hippo.
move with a dog. I don't want to move with a hippo or a gorilla. I want none of these things. So we either bring it with us or hope that our time in Mechanicus doesn't take more than a week.
So, Mechanus. There is no mechanic. It's just Mechanus.
That's what I said.
I'm saying it very clearly because I know for a fact that you are going to call it Mechanicus and get everyone confused. Otherwise, if Mechanus is too complicated, it is known by another name, which is Nirvana.
Ooh, I like Nirvana.
Nirvana seems way easier. Okay. Also, All right, can we do the giant bird thing first? I feel like that's just pretty easy. We still have these giant birds for. We had them for 10 days, right? And we used up 4. Am I correct, Brian? On tracking the bird length?
I thought we only.
You've
Oh,
had them
yeah.
for 7, or actually
7
8 days.
days.
8 days.
8 days. And we own them for. We've only bought them for 10.
10.
Um,
It took 3 days there and 3 days back to get to the wizard.
How does how long would it take us to fly to the Duke of Thunder City? What's that one called again?
So, because I'm lazy and because all measurements are in fuck you bends, every cube somehow is equidistant from each other.
Crazy.
I thought. Yeah, it's like 1 day via.
It's like a today's travel day to any cube.
Yeah.
Okay, so we could go there and back again. Just a quick little day trip.
I will let you know that Resounding Thunder is not the only place that giant metal birds are sold.
But I mean, it is the biggest city we know about.
It is the biggest. It is the biggest non-monstrous race associated city you know about.
Okay. I feel like that makes things pretty simple. Go there, see if we can buy a giant bird. If we can't, we come back. And while we're there, we can ask about finding a way to Nirvana. Excuse me, do you know how to reach enlightenment?
A drug.
I feel like that's a solid plan. Anyone have any counterpoints or other investments? Maximilian, I swear we'll get Plan B eventually.
It's something we really got to work towards. I feel like.
Okay. So I'm not hearing any objection.
Nope.
All right. Then let's take a long rest and fly on over to Resounding Thunder.
All right, give me a second to finish setting things up. Unfortunately, I had nothing planned for this session because I didn't know what you were going to do.
Brian, you really should have. You really should have expected us to want to buy a giant bird.
No, I don't care about you buying a giant metal bird. I have to set up an entire plane. For some reason, that takes a bit of time.
What?
Why?
What? No.
Just copy and paste from second edition.
Brian, if you want to kill off the party now, I wouldn't fault you.
Kill off the party? What are you talking about? Why would I do such a thing when I could just hike up the price of giant metal birds?
Oh, please.
Also, Michael, you do realize how much he's worked to keep Damien alive this long, right? Like, to throw all that away now.
Listen, alright, maybe it's just because it's more convenient for me to keep the one storyline I know that's easy to accomplish alive. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Alright, let's see. Huh. I see. I'm sorry, I'm looking up these amazing mounts that already exist and just thinking how much it would cost to give them wings. Alright. You fly yourself over to the city of Resounding Thunder. As
nice.
before, you can hear it long before you can see it. It is a hubbub of noise and with off and people moving around the streets talking loudly. Every so often you can hear the sound of rolling thunder from the clouds flying above. the fact that the whole cube is made out of metal does not help in dampening any of the noise, so it just bounces off for long stretches with echoes. It is near deafening as you return. You land upon one of the flattened rooftops where it is indicated that it is possible to land a metal bird upon. One of the merchants there will take your bird.
Well, we still have them for another 2 days.
All right, and as you tell them that you have it for another 2 days, they will instead tie them up on little stands.
Thank you.
And bid you a good day.
I will ask him a question. Say, excuse me, good sir. We are quite enamored by these mounts. Where would one go to purchase one?
You wish to buy one of the birds? Yes. I can sell you some of my birds. Otherwise, if you wish, you can go to the breeding cube.
What is you say greeting or breeding?
Breeding. The spot where we
okay.
raise the young hatchlings and raise them up to be fine, strong birds.
And what is your price?
What is my price? Well, unfortunately for you, birds such as these are expensive. You see the amount of money that they require to raise and their general rarity makes the price very expensive. Are you sure you'd be able to afford it?
I'm
Can I
not
run
certain.
an insight check on that?
Sure.
Also, aren't there birds like all over the place over here?
Yeah.
Yes, there are. A lot of them are tiny. They are called crows, or ravens, or vultures. Some of them are giant crows and giant vultures.
But no giant ravens. Got it.
No, a giant raven would be too powerful for this world.
Ah, I see.
Insight. Yes, this guy is completely telling the truth.
Got it.
Okay. I'm not certain at all that we can afford it, but until you say your price, we'll not know for sure. But just in case, can you mark the location of the breeding cube on our map?
Yes, it would be this cube over here.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but the price here, I'll have to say, is 1,200.
1,200. Okay. Can you speculate on the price at the breeding cube?
Well, it depends on what kind of bird you're honestly looking for. If there's some unruly birds, they might be willing to lower the price a bit. And the older birds, sicklier ones, they might also lower the price. But a good, strong, healthy bird, 1,200 is enough to recoup the loss of, at least over here.
Can we do a quick group talk? Group huddle, everybody?
No.
You
Why do
feeling
we
no?
need a metal bird?
It'd be really cool, and we'd always have the high ground.
Not really,
I mean,
because
me and
one
Damien
metal
can do
bird
the high
costs
ground.
$1,200, and they can only carry 2 people. At a minimum, that leaves 2 people on the ground, if we're including GL.
Yes, but we already have a car. It'd be excellent for scouting, and I think Texas Red would love it because he can just sit up there and shoot.
Make it even harder for the team.
Correct.
Lightning bolts!
You also realize that we will have to feed it. We have to find a place for it to stay because, it won't fit in the car.
And
It would
someone
just fit
might
on the
wanna
car.
steal it.
Which means that, it'd be always hittable.
Well, it's made out of metal.
You could ask the good sir if there's any task he'd like completed in exchange for a metal bird.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We literally have the money to do it.
But why
Quick
spend? It's a
what's
lot of our money. Then.
animal handling.
What was that?
Because mine's -1.
Also, remember, you can always get one
Oh.
for free, and there would be no consequences for that whatsoever with
Not
the
stealing.
zealotry on the DM's part.
Mine's a 4.
I'm sure Nihilus is pretty good.
Maximilian. I think it's wisdom based.
Yes.
Definitely was mirror there. It's a 3.
Okay. Texas
Plus
Red.
1.
Not the guy for wisdom.
All right.
Yes,
I-
technically Damien is the wisest, and also tied for one of the smarter. You wouldn't know it though.
Yeah, you sure don't show it.
Absolutely not.
I'd say let's visit this. Let's visit the breeding cube. See if we can't haggle down. Maybe we'll get what if we get like 2 young ones for 16,000 gold, or not 16,
16,000.
1,600 gold.
That might be a little out of our price range.
Deal. 2 birds for 16,000. Done.
Do you take IOUs?
Do you take Lamia that have been mutated terribly?
We should extend our birds for another couple days. I think for another 2 days would do it. Get us to the breeding cube and back home. Okay. So how much would that cost, Brian, for another 2 days? We only need 2 birds this time.
I don't honestly think it's a good idea to purchase these birds.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. This would just be extending our length of our current birds.
I don't even think we should be bothering with the birds.
But the giant metal crow.
I don't think it's worth it. Well,
It's so cool. I really want a flying mount.
Ben, it seems like you are outvoted right now. However, remember that technically there are 10 more levels to this game.
All right. Then we should, if
That is if you don't give me a fucking stroke before then.
all right.
hell, no promises.
Yeah, we can't guarantee that's not gonna happen. So, also, we should ask the governor. You think the governors would have information about the Nirvana library?
I mean, probably.
Then let's seek them out. Brian, can I do a planar check to see if the governors would have information we're looking for?
Sure.
Okay. $20.
All right. So you know that Mechanus is the home plane of the governors, and as the chief faction that basically likes to take notes on everything, you figure that the Mechanus is probably the plane they have the most information about.
Awesome. Yeah, let's set a meeting with one of the governors.
All right, we can either roleplay this, or you can understand that you'll have to come back tomorrow for a small fee of 25 gold.
25 gold. Yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. Especially because we're not considering the birds anymore. So then we should have 1 day left on the birds.
Yes. All right, anything you want to do tonight?
Plan B?
Talk to Damien to make sure he's all right from his encounter.
Oh, that's right.
You know, the usual. Dying as always.
Damien,
I like
can
to
you?
imagine Damien is just like completely covered in blood, and is just
Oh,
like
at all
putting up a
times.
thumbs up.
Yep.
Damien, would you care to be our designated watchman for Maximilian and I? We have a very specific regiment we have to keep up. And we need somebody with
Debating if I should even roll an insight on this, because I know exactly what you're gonna do, and I'm pretty sure you've talked
You-
about this in front of Damien multiple times.
You have no idea.
Yeah,
True
you don't know
secret.
what we're gonna do.
Unfortunately,
to
I have
nothing.
my background noise canceling on, so you couldn't just hear that terribly exasperated sigh that I just let out. But sure, I'll be your designated watchman for the night.
Awesome. I suppose we'll find a place to stay for the night. How much is that gonna cost us, Brian?
It's gonna cost you a total of 3 gold.
All right. We will pay it happily. Well, at least one of us will pay it happily.
We need to budget a little extra out too.
Oh, don't worry. We got it. We got plenty.
Nyla, Texas, are you guys going?
Where?
They're going around to drink.
Negative.
You forget that both of them are also immune to poison.
Yeah, but you know, I know Texas Red has his ways of finding things.
I'll be doing my own thing.
Gotcha.
You should visit. Recommendation, Nyla. You should visit a shrine to the Duke of Thunder. It helps.
It helps.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey.
Now we have our rooms. Try not to get arrested. I can't guarantee that Maximilian and I are going to be in a state to get you out.
Please just be safe, everybody, and don't fucking die.
No promises.
Nice. What are the odds we run into?
Wait,
like,
is
an
Gial
enemy?
coming with you? Because he loves to drink.
Gial?
Yeah, he loves to drink.
I look at him questioningly, like, do you want to come?
He thinks about it for a second. Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, let's go. The 4 of us. The 3 of us and our supervisor. Thanks, Damien.
Yep. See you guys later.
Damien's
Is it-
super happy.
Alright.
I just
Let's
waved
let's
to
do
Texas
the
Red
good
and
old game
Nyla.
of separating the party.
Oh boy.
Nyla, group 2, Texas Red separated.
Red sad.
Oh, I'm telling you. All right, what do you think we should start at, Maximilian? I'm thinking the Hanging Troll is a good start. But also, the Duke of Thunder's Hangover is a quite tempting proposition. Look at
That's a
the
bar. I thought that was a
signage.
drink.
It might be the signature drink. We have to try it.
I think we have to try all the drinks.
You are correct.
I mean, obviously.
Oh, thankfully we have our designated watchman,
Oh, yes.
and it won't be like trying to drunk order an Uber in Texas.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, yeah. Of course you don't.
I don't think I was there. I don't think I
Whiskey
was there at
sour
all.
doubles that you ordered all night.
Doesn't sound like me at all. Jake, if you think that was bad, you have no idea how bad I've gotten. It's it's really
Alright.
bad what I yeah, that one.
I've seen you at is it as bad as at the shots at Tyler's campfire?
It was just about as bad. I definitely didn't have a good time. I was definitely at one point screaming, I'm in the US Army really loudly at our driver.
Oh my god.
What? Please tell the story from beginning to end.
Yeah, I just came in. Please
Oh,
explain.
I went drinking with a couple of friends on a drill weekend. Got a little bit drunk.
a little.
Called for a ride. Stopped at Quick Trip for some reason. Allegedly may have been screaming out in the middle of the parking lot about how I'm in the military. And then I went back home and had a nap. Woke up really hungover. Allegedly. I mean, I can't actually remember any of this. So I'm not sure if it really happened.
So
See,
just like Texas.
Oh my god.
No,
I don't think
no.
you yelled at anybody in Texas.
No,
Well,
I was
Besides
happy they
the besides the guy with the giant snake.
As long as you only allegedly yelled out that you were part of the U.S. Army, then it's
God.
fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that really happened.
Because there would be some weird looks if you actually did such a thing and didn't just, hypothetically did such a thing.
No, I remember I was very courteous, very kind. I was
It's very important to be courteous and kind when you're shit-faced.
I was very nice. I didn't get too bad on my 21st birthday, I think.
Hey, at least you weren't as bad as Andrew.
Oh my god, that was.
Alex.
I mean, I was there for your 21st, wasn't I?
Yes, you
Yeah, you
were.
were.
Yeah.
I think everyone was there, except for Jake. What a slacker.
Come on, Jake. You can't
Anyway,
even
I'd like to
support
be
your friend during his
Vulcan
21st.
Maximilian would like to be recreating Ben's 21st birthday and also his trip to Texas.
Oh, Damien's gonna be drinking, but he's gonna be like
What
what?
a narwhal costume.
Fuck you. No.
Out drinking people in like drinking contests. That's what you need to be doing.
All right, so
Oh god.
this is how your night goes if you're going on a trip. All right. In the first place, you start drinking some of the good stuff. You spend maybe like 3 silver. All right. You head over to the next place, and Damien, what's your passive insight?
Insight is 16.
All right. The bars are starting to raise the prices on everybody's drinks, but you could choose to do something about this, or you could let them pay more for worse drinks.
Time.
I mean, it
saved
affects
your life, Damien.
it affects me as well because that's the party money.
Damien, did I ever tell you you're like best? Like, remember that time you got turned into like Lemire? Yeah, that was pretty dark. Those were pretty dark times. Maximilian was
Bartender, another round. Hey, Volk, what do you think about Maximilian here?
Maximilian. I think he
And I'd like walk to the bartender and be like, "Yo, man, like, what's up with the prices changing? Come on."
Did you just say I tried to kill you?
I think so.
Maybe.
personally.
What are you talking about? This is standard pricing.
Last round I came up here to get round a drink for me and my boys over there. It was for gold, or silver, or copper. I don't know how much it was. It was 5 copper. Now you're charging me 7 copper per drink. And it's the same goddamn drink. I can taste the difference between many drinks, and that was the same goddamn drink that you gave us.
Oh, you wanted this drink and not this drink. I'm sorry. Yes. Here, let me just pay you back a little bit. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I will have another round, please, because my lord.
All right. At this point, you spent now about like a gold.
Brian, we're
over
just
to
gonna
the-
need a subtitle at the end of the night.
Head over. Damien. Damien, what's your passive perception?
20.
Do you care about them watering down the drinks?
Slightly. Yes.
Damien, remember that time? Hey, You were like,
Hey man, don't fucking
Not
water
you.
these down. I need these guys getting knocked out as soon as possible, man.
You got it. For some reason, they give you drinks that cost a total of a 2 gold. But man, everybody except for Gial and Damien is just completely shit faced at this point. Like
Hey, Volk.
you guys blacked out about drink 1 at this point.
yeah, Maxie.
Shots.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, Maximilian, remember that time we were like in the temple and like the god guy brought me aside and he was like, dude, you brought a shapeshifter in here. I was like, that's whack.
I do
And I
remember
was
that.
like, dude, that's just so crazy. Wait, Damien, were you there?
Nope.
Like,
You didn't tell me
oh,
about
man,
that
I
though.
was, did
Oh, was
I?
there.
Dude, that was nuts. I think was GL there? GL, were you there? I don't remember this.
Damien, Gial is sweating profusely.
I kind of just look over at him and just hand him my drink, just like kind of trying to reassure him, like, look, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like,
All right, Volk and Maximilian, roll me a Constitution saving throw with disadvantage.
Ooh, disadvantage. Maximilian, you get a +4.
holy
21.
shit! Ooh,
All right,
10.
Maximilian, you go out, and not only that, but tomorrow you have exhaustion.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Volk, you are conscious enough to be able to, if with help, stumble your way back.
Excellent.
Gial appears to be, considering he drank as much as the two of you, surprisingly only seems to be slightly slurring his words. And Damien, because of his curse, is completely fine.
I just assumed that, like, walking home, I basically, like, I have Maximilian over my shoulder. I'm, like, supporting Volk and, like, I don't know if Gial can walk by himself or whatever, but if not, definitely giving him a piggyback ride. And I'm just
Alright.
like, get
I'd like to
home!
imagine you're carrying Maximilian and you just let Volk wander off.
Oh god, no!
Alright.
And he's like just drunkenly like talking to some mercenaries like, hey, you guys ever hear about like
fucking
Helm?
herding
Yeah,
cats.
Hopefully, it'll be better than waking up the next day and then realizing you have 140 other bar tab for Texas.
Allegedly.
It was on my damn card. I know how much it was.
Alright. So, everybody wakes up the next day. Maximilian, you wake up with, like, half of your body on the floor in your own drool. Somehow you ended up on the floor. You're not quite sure how.
Is there a bathtub? That's usually where I am.
You also have an exhaustion, so you have disadvantage on all skill checks.
Well, I think I would have put you, like, on the bed in the recovery position. You probably just fell onto the floor, like, halfway through the night.
Oh my god, that was such a mistake. It turns out the the Duke of Thunder's thunderous hangover gets you really drunk.
Volk,
Noted.
Volk, your tongue is now green.
Interesting.
You're not quite sure what you drank last night.
Oh man, what a wild adventure. Oh, reminds me of home.
I was gonna say, Damien's definitely his regular bright and early, like, just eating eggs down in whatever, like, the inn or something like that, and, like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed or whatever, probably a good, like, 2 hours before fucking Vulcan Maximilian.
Basically, Texas Red, Nyla, and Damien are like standing around in the street for like 2 hours, and then Volk comes out looking like he died, and Maximilian then comes out 30 minutes later. Like, I'm not quite sure if you can have a bad hair day as a reptile, but you're having one.
He's just got a dented frill.
So it's fine.
Oh God. Yeah, that was a night. Thanks for being there, Damien. We'll do it again sometime.
All right. You are-
Damien just 1,000 stare at that, just like, oh fucking shit.
You are here in Resounding Thunder. You have. This is your last day with your birds. You have a meeting with the governors.
Yeah, boy.
So Texas Red, this was just finding information about
The library.
the Nirvana's library.
That's our start, at least.
What was
Can
that?
we read the full contract?
Brian, do we have a full contract for number 2?
Do you want to tell them the full contract?
Maybe I should vet it first. Because I just took the Spark Notes version of what we had to do.
All right, come into group 2.
It's slightly
And
concerning.
Yeah, I had a little bit more drunken role playing to do.
I'll say it again.
But,
Remember
I'll,
Ben in Brian's other campaign when we basically saved that town and we had like that drink off and Z-Heart got utterly
No.
destroyed?
I
It's at the very
do
end.
remember. I remember when we were trying to find the main villain's stronghold, and Prince Ivan had originally come from these mountains, but had done so blackout drunk. So our solution was to get Prince Ivan blackout drunk again and to see if he could guide us back, relying on drunk memory. It didn't work out, actually.
Shucks. And then at the very end, our magical items got stolen.
By the real villain of the campaign, one might say.
How's Shayna
Dude,
doing?
it
Have you
I
seen
thought-
her recently?
I haven't talked to Shayna probably since that campaign ended.
I think I've only met Shayna like twice.
She was really into knitting.
Oh, the stories I have heard of her characters.
She had a whole redemption arc planned, and then her 2 roommates just decided to never show up again. So she's like, well, my redemption arc relied on these 2 other characters. But since they're not here, I guess I'm just gonna go
even
evil.
Met those two.
I don't think one never showed up, and the other I really tried. I did my damnedest to get them involved, but they just were not interested. I was like, "Hey, what do you think about this? Do you have any opinion?" And they were just like, "Yeah, cool." They basically pulled a Quill, except less brooding in the corner and more just not caring.
Overburdened. Just, it was effortless.
Yeah, Quill was a whole nother level of brood.
We'll come back someday.
I hope not. Because
You never
he's
said he was an ally.
Yeah, he's never coming back where you're controlling him.
Hey guys, I got what we're looking for after Texas Red did some deep reading with his Texas post-Civil War education.
Yeah, that's
Tell us where we're going.
100%.
We have to find everything we can about the spell Rain of Fire.
Ring,
Oh, and the place-
RING of fire?
What?
Real quick, Rain of Fire or Ring of Fire?
Rain.
Like the
Okay.
thing that falls from the sky.
Just
That's
making
on-
sure.
Ring of fire. Well, I know a pretty awesome wizard we can ask for information.
No, it's from the library. It's not from random people.
All right. Texas Red, while we're talking to this man, do you want to quick reach out to your boss and see if the 3 of you can travel to another plane?
The 3 of us? Or all of us?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think all of us would be more
Well,
beneficial to the party.
Maximilian and I aren't under
Oh,
DeGray.
that's what you could just say. I thought you were like, oh well, 3 of you can go, and then
Oh,
the
no.
other
Yeah.
one can stay. I'm like, oh,
No.
we're splitting the party again.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Brian,
You'll see if the party.
I'm just gonna send Jorgath a message with permission to visit the library.
Go to group 2.
Oh,
I'll be
I
honest. I don't think
suppose
Jagrath is gonna approve it.
I suppose we should probably
So
find
know
some
what the spell
devils or
is.
something like that to make sure that we have an alibi for today too.
Well, I mean,
I also
he's literally
definitely
talking
know.
with Jagrath today.
Yeah, well, like he's talking to it via sending stone. Like the issue with that is that like we have to make sure
They don't
that
know where we are.
yeah, like they can't say, "Oh, you're definitely on this plane," just because you told us that you're on the plane. Like if somebody has direct eyes on us as we're talking to them.
Do we talk? Do we just go up to a random devil, say, "Hey, can you verify that we're here"?
What's your
What about
name?
Mazra?
What's your name and
Texas
rank?
Red
He,
probably can.
I don't think he would count, mainly because he's part of the party.
Isn't he betraying us and sending our information to somebody?
No, that's Karzad.
Is that an imp?
Yes.
Be right.
Where is he? Is he back at the?
He's back on the
Back at-
vehicle.
Okay.
So Karzad and Mazaran are both together, just watching over the vehicle. And
Got
it's
it.
also the fact that like we've literally been gone for I think 2 weeks since we've seen the vehicle.
No, we just saw the vehicle the other day.
No, I realize that, but before that, I think pretty sure the party in general has been divided and split for like weeks on end. Where even if we wanted an alibi, like if we could use them as an alibi, there is a lot of time that they weren't with the party, and so they can't say, "Oh yeah, they were definitely on Rakedmerk or Resounding Thunder or Isfarhan."
I feel like we'll get our for sure answer from Texas Red. He's talking with his boss right now. Since apparently we didn't want giant flying crows. Gosh, that would have been so cool.
Also, 100% know what the spell of going to Liverpool is.
Firestorm?
What is it?
No, it is Rain of Fire.
Are you serious?
It's a legitimate spell. Well, it's a legitimate spell, but it's also like a 10th level mystic spell or whatever the hell.
Oh jeez.
Like the ones humans aren't physically capable of casting.
Maybe not regular humans.
No, any human. It's 10th level spell. Or maybe 11th. We're forbidden.
I guess we gotta
Oh.
invest in becoming a liches, guys.
good news.
I don't think they can
everybody.
cast it. I think it's kind of like a god tier thing.
Hmm.
So I had
I don't really know the rules about that, but
Texas, you're back. What'd you find out?
Well, we have to deliver the corpse collector as proof we were down here. Slightly more important now, too, with the whole, somebody pretending to be me. Also, we have permission to go. We just have to, not get in trouble.
Our party and getting in
we're
trouble.
so good at that.
So we can go there.
Okay. Did he say he wanted it right now?
We're going to do it. We have to do it before we deliver the cadaver collector, which I think is in, 10 days we said or something?
Yeah.
It's 20.
20 days. So we have 20 days to do this.
Okay. Well, simple enough. All right,
Oh.
let's talk to the governor and see what we can learn about the Nirvana's library.
We need to learn about the library and where the closest and or cheapest route from this plane to that plane would be.
I think it'd be I don't know. I'm gonna say the river Styx, but I don't know for sure.
Well, they might have portals somewhere too.
You would
makes
know
sense.
for a fact the River Styx only goes to the planes of evil.
Dang it.
Mechanus is the plane of pure lawful neutral.
Well, we have 20 days to complete this task. I feel like we'll have plenty. We would have more freedom if we had, a giant metal crow, but no. All right, let's talk to the governor guy, Mr. Governor, Professor Governor.
Doctor, Professor, Governor.
All right, so you entered the lobby. The secretary takes a look at your papers, sighs, and rings a bell, in which another person runs in from one of the back rooms. It's whispered something, and they look at you and they say, "Okay, follow me."
I
Too
follow.
easy.
All right, you are quickly. This person moves at an uncomfortably quick pace through the hallways until you are led to an office of a Dr. Kringleberry.
I say Kringle. Wait, is his first name Chris?
No.
Chris Kringle?
And that is a berry with the RWEY.
Ah, okay. That makes it more official. We enter the office.
All right. Inside is a very tired looking gnome woman with like a room filled to the brim with papers on papers of things that you cannot understand unless you understand gnomish.
Well, what a coincidence. Because one of us reads Gnomish. It's me. I read Gnomish.
Well,
All right.
I can too.
Roll me an investigation check if you wish to know what's on these papers. Otherwise, you can all
I'll be
stand
honest.
awkwardly in a corner.
I don't care enough.
All right. Excellent. Not caring enough is the perfect goal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you enter the room, the person who escorted you through the hallways knocks a little bit on the wall, and the doctor looks up and says, "Oh, okay, yes. I guess you would do my appointment now. How can I help you?"
Greetings. We are a party of adventurers looking into the Mechanus plane, and we had some questions relating to it.
Yes?
First of all, can you tell us what you know about the Mechanus library?
Which one?
The one relating to spells.
What you're looking for is probably... Okay. God damn it, really? Created a fucking tab, and it deleted itself. God damn it.
History.
What is this tab thing you speak of, Doctor?
Imagine she just has a computer up.
What is this insane magical device?
Is
One
this
second. Oh, sorry, 1 second while I hurriedly flip through a million pages. Ah, there we go. What you're talking about is probably one of the libraries of Regulus. Regulus is the largest portion of Mechanus. It is where it's a highly organized location, and it contains documents on the inner workings of the multiverse.
interesting? And they have a section all related to spells? Or if we wanted to know, say, everything about lightning bolt.
If you wanted to know everything about anything physical, then yes.
Yeah, that seems simple enough. Is there a master librarian we can talk to there, or how are we supposed to seek the information we wish to find out once we're there?
You seek to see the information in Regulus. Well, It's not really accessible by the general public.
Who is it
That
accessible
was one
to?
question.
It's the Mojons. Well, Mojons and Primus.
Those are two different races?
Primus, god of order,
Ah,
creator
okay.
of Mojons.
Right. What is a Modron?
Oh dear. I guess you are quite new to this place, aren't you?
Yes.
Modrons are large constructs that. Well, I mean, I guess they vary in size, but anyway, they're constructs that kind of maintain the order of everything.
Interesting. And how would we convince them to aid us in our quest for knowledge?
They probably wouldn't allow you in. I mean, they don't they have rules, and you know, one of the rules is that no mortals are allowed into libraries of Regulus.
Well, surely there must be exceptions to these rules. I
Well,
understand it is.
sure, I guess if there was an emergency, or if they had, or if someone were to file something with Primus itself, and but typically those are only for grave matters and of great importance. Otherwise, if regular people had access to the information in those libraries, why, we governors wouldn't have any purpose whatsoever, right?
So how do the governors get access to the information?
We don't. We find the information ourselves.
And you file it in a separate area? Away from the Library of Regulus?
Well, yeah.
Everything there is to know. I have half of an idea. But in regards to the Mechanus plane, how would we get there from here?
There is a cube. It rotates around an axis and at a regular
Oh,
speed. You can find it quite easily. It's the one that's it spinning around, and you'll know that's the right one when you see that it is crawling with Modrons.
okay.
Don't worry, they shouldn't harm you unless you anger them. You know, start messing with what they're doing and whatnot.
Oh,
And
that seems simple enough.
don't bother talking to them. They probably won't be able to talk to you.
Do
Most
they
of them, but most of them, there's a limit to how much they can do at a time, and the smaller ones, they can't talk and work at the same time, so they just don't talk.
Interesting.
Any other questions?
Where is the headquarters of the governors in this plane? Not in this plane, but in Nirvana.
Yes, the headquarters of the of the governors is the fort is a cog known as the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment. If you were looking for a nicer and neater word, unfortunately, it is still under vote. It's been under vote for the last few decades, so we probably won't get a better vote or a better name anytime soon.
Or the cog itself.
The cog itself, there is really no need to name it anything.
But the place itself is under vote for a new name.
Yes.
Ah,
We're trying to find a better name than Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment. It is a bit of a mouthful for some
You know,
reason.
I totally understand your plight. It's quite annoying. Also, as a side note, can you point me out to the primary place of Helm and where he rules in this plane?
Yes, I can. If the power of Google can speed up.
Yes, via the magical spell of internet search.
Ah, yes. The god of knowledge, Google. I too ask my questions to gods. Mostly, why?
Or how?
If only they answered.
What? How?
No.
Who?
Why? Okay, apparently there's no official term for the realm of Helm. Great.
I mean,
That
Realm
means
of
you get to
Helm
name
seems
it.
pretty cool.
The Helm realm, if you will.
Yes.
Can you imagine what all the bars are going to be named
Sure.
there, Volk?
Wasn't it
Until-
called the
until-
Silver Keep? That was something I thought I remember. In Religiosity 101.
Imagine all the bar names there.
I don't know if there's going to be many, Maximilian. It is the plane of law, and drinking ourselves into unconsciousness is a form of chaos.
We'll drink ourselves into.
Civility?
Sure.
Well, we can certainly
All right.
try.
I don't see a name for the realm. But I do see a holiday, and I like the name of the holiday, so we'll call it Shield Meat.
Shield me. There we go.
It's two E's, but you know,
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
a meeting for the shields.
I've got a question.
Thank you. Yes.
My question is, I'm someone who's interested in gods, and you're talking about Helm, you're talking about Primus. Any other notable gods here? And what kind of alignment they align with? Anything that would be out to get us, possibly.
Unfortunately, I am not an expert on the gods, but you can be rest assured that every god in Mechanus is a lawful neutral one.
So nothing evil will come after us. Peachy, all I wanted to know. And can you talk a little bit more about Primus? You mentioned that name. What is he the god
Primus,
of?
I thought. He was god of knowledge.
So he's like the head honcho of Mechanus? Or is
You could
he...
say he's the top god of Mechanus, but really more of the most powerful god there.
So he's like the Duke of Thunder of Mechanus. In
Well, the
terms
Duke of
ranking.
Thunder is one of many gods. Just the Duke is the one of the more preferable gods.
Is the Jade Emperor the ruler of Avernus?
No.
No. Avernus
We're in
is the top
Acheron.
layer of hell.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're in
sorry.
Acheron.
Acheron. Sorry.
No, the Jade Emperor is not in either Acheron or in Mechanus. Maybe one of the lawful good realms.
Interesting. Well, put that down under information we know. All right. Any other questions for this person? We have the cube. We know how we're getting there.
And Mechanus is a god of order, not a god of information.
Okay. Is there a god of information in this realm?
There are gods of information, but this person does not know.
All right. Would the great and powerful Google know?
Great and powerful Google would know. However, you wouldn't know that.
Damn. All right. I think.
Oh, I found the name of the realm. Awesome. Everwatch.
Oh, that makes sense.
why would you ever have that information on the information page for Helm?
That's crazy. Delete. I'm keeping shield meat with 2 E's.
All right. Only if you get a shield that is in fact made of meat.
This can be arranged.
I mean, honestly, do you put it below us or above us?
No,
That we would
but
do
I
that.
will force you to buy a shield completely comprised of meat.
Sounds delicious. And anybody else have any more questions about Mechanus?
The normal creatures, because you got the what you call them,
Modron.
the Modrons. Anything else that's specific to over there? Natives?
There are many creatures native realm. Modrons are a major part of the population, but many lawful creatures do make their homes there. If I'm not mistaken, there's some race of giant ant things and some kind of mushroom creatures. Unfortunately, I am a expert on Mechanus locations and not an expert on Mechanus populations. You'll have to go to a different person for that.
Damien raises his hand real quick. So the mushroom creatures, are they like smart sentient creatures or are they like animals? In other words, is it
Well-
okay to eat them?
It is. Let me look. Maybe I can find the location and then from there find the names of the creatures. Okay. Yes, the name of the place is called Pisilfer, and don't even fucking try to spell or to type this one out. This one you'll never guess the spelling for. And the population is Myconids. So I assume they're a race of sentient beings.
Damn it.
So in that case, probably not.
Okay.
Now, there is a quick question. This is the realm of absolute law.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be set upon by any hostile creatures that would attack
Well-
us for no reason.
Yes and
Right?
no. It
Of
depends on if you are law-abiding citizens. If you were to say do anything unlawful, you will definitely find yourself punished by the forces there. Although
Did you hear
trying to
that,
do
everyone?
something unlawful in Mechans, I mean, every step you take is in time. There's no way you could do anything unlawful there, right?
Let's not write off that entire possibility. It
For your
is to
sake,
be
I hope you're
avoided.
not there to be doing anything unsavory.
So, for all our sakes, I will ensure that is not the case.
What if you don't take steps? And I kind
Damien?
of just point over to Nyla. She doesn't step, so how can she step in time?
Well, it'd be more like a Slytherin time.
Okay, that would make sense.
They can fly too.
No, true.
A fly in time. And look at that time fly.
Boo!
I was gonna say, can like the god of puns come and smite Volk?
Wow, you escaped from Carcerai.
I have
Impressive, Volk.
many talents. All right. Any other questions? Preferably ones that don't imply we're going to be law-breaking criminals. Texas Red, you all good?
Good.
Let's make our way out of here.
So, I do have one. Is every law known by every creature that lives there? Because you said these were like constructs, right? Like, would I be able to just like if I were to talk to one that's able to talk, and I was just like, hey, tell me the laws of this.
It depends on how much you would be able to know.
Okay, that's a good point.
But it would know all the laws it is able to know.
Okay. Do you think they would rank it in order of what are the most common laws? Like all of the most common laws are known by all of the things.
I feel like you would know the most common laws. After all, they would be the most common.
Well, yeah, but if nobody ever says, "Hey, don't kill people," how can I know that it's a law? Like morally, that's something, but like this is a plane of lawful neutral, so morals shouldn't come into this.
Where do you think morals come from?
Arborea or whatever is directly below Arborea. And Sigil in the like planar wheel.
Laws that benefit you, laws that don't benefit you, all are created on Mechanus.
Huh.
All right. Anything else? Okay. Let's thank you for your time, Dr. Professor. Wish us luck in Mechanus.
All
I
right,
think
and
he really has a reason to wish us luck.
you are left with a maze of hallways, which you somehow manage to navigate your way through by getting lost and then eventually finding it.
I mean, that's where you get fun adventures come from, Brian, is getting
That's where we have the 200 feet of rope.
Unfortunately, you only have like 100 square feet of hallways to get lost in.
Oh, but I enjoy all of the hallway that I get lost in.
You enjoy the entirety of the hallway you get lost in.
Yes.
You find the bathrooms. That's how lost you are.
Ah, shit.
You're not supposed to be here long enough to need the bathrooms.
All right. We'll probably need to extend our crow warranty a couple more days because we'll need to fly to this cube. I think we
Yep.
should fly back to the car, have Maximilian re-enchant the corpse collector, and fly to the cube, the Mechanus cube, and hope that it doesn't take us longer than a week. Do we want to take the birds with us?
Wait, what? How long does the enchantment work on the corpse collector?
A week.
1 week. I think we should bring the birds with us.
Shouldn't we wait on the enchantment though? Cause like, do we have to spend the scroll every time we use it?
No, he
No,
just
you
has
just
to
have to
reapply
recast
it.
it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I think that would give us the maximum amount of time. I think we should take the birds with us as well, or at least 2 birds.
Well,
2 birds.
Take 2 birds to the cube that takes it, but then we can give them to whatever like bird service is there. Cause like
I mean,
that
wouldn't
was
flying
the
around be a lot faster than walking if we're on a time frame?
well, we don't know how Mechanus is laid out. It could just be like a bunch of gears and constructs and everything that have like elevators going everywhere.
I think our top priority is returning the corpse collector right now. So we shouldn't even be talking about Mechanus.
Well,
No,
we
we
get-
have to because
yeah.
Texas Red has to do this before we give the corpse collector back.
and we still have like 20 days to get the corpse collector back. We only have basically the only time that we can go to Mechanus is before that. So like we can spend a week going to Mechanus, coming back here, and then getting the corpse collector back.
And can we retcon a bit and say we asked her about the possibility of flying giant metal crows there? Or do we need to schedule another meeting?
What the layout of Mechanus is.
Here, why don't I
'Cause I feel like that
Just
should be kind of simple.
give you This is not the map you're going to be using because this is ridiculously complicated, but this is the setting of Mechanus. Give me a second to get this to you. And then you can make your own decisions from there.
Good.
All right, do you see it?
No.
All right, give it a... Oh, okay. Change the file format. Here you go. There you go.
Huh.
Yeah.
So it is a bunch of gears. I don't see very
Mhm.
many elevators, but like, is that something that? It's like,
Elevators. So, I'm going to explain it in my terms because it'd be better for me to explain it in my terms and explain it better and then try to explain it in character. The imagine that you're like on the clockwork of something, of a mysterious giant ass machine. Every one of these pillars is a cog, or everything is either a cog or it's an axle. So everything is rotating in time to something. So basically, those long pillar-like things are axles that are also rotating from being pushed around by some cog, and each cog is interfacing with another cog, and there are some that are attached to like bands that are rotating other things that aren't directly touching them. What is the driving mechanism? Nobody knows.
so does the
What is this?
face of each of these cogs have its own like gravitational force?
Pretty much.
Okay.
There is each cog can vary in size from microscopic to continental,
Okay.
and there is no real rhyme or reason currently understood by anybody. But because this is Mechanus, there probably is a rhyme or reason to why each cog is shaped the way it is. And there is probably something that these cogs power, but because it's on a scale beyond that of anybody's comprehension, nobody knows.
Okay.
In terms of, can you use giant metal birds to fly around this place? Yes. Yes, you can. Can you use your vehicle? Probably. Everything is large enough to have some kind of gravity.
So
The problem would be getting around this place. It's still a maze for those who don't know where they're going. And don't forget, everything is also rotating. Now, of course, not everything is rotating quickly, so some things rotate, like do a full circle once every day. Some things do a full circle once every millennia. So sometimes the circle matters, sometimes the circling doesn't matter. It's very confusing to people who are just showed up here.
Okay. Will we be able to find our way to like Regulus? If it's like, will it be like big enough? We'll be like, that's the place we're looking for.
Regulus is supposedly the largest cog.
Okay.
And when I say largest cog, I mean like planet-sized cog.
Right.
Big cog.
Big cog. Okay. What about Everwatch? How hard is that going to be to find?
Very.
Very hard. All right. So we would need.
You would need some way of finding out where locations are on things. I have a simpler map I'm going to be using to move you guys around in because it's not as 3D looking as this thing, but this is the more accurate to what I'm picturing Mechanus is looking like.
Right.
So if you wish to change your plans, formulate
What
plans.
about the,
Also, you are incorrect on the timing of things. You do not technically have to go and get that mission done before you show up again. If you wish to change your mind on what you want to do now.
Oh. I mean, we have 20 days.
So we
Is
can.
it
Doesn't
bad
change.
to? I was gonna say, is it
Doesn't
bad to get
change.
done? Do we have to wait to that exact deadline to give the corpse collector there, or can we go early?
The date for the corpse collector is a little bit more set. So you cannot arrive late, especially.
I mean, but the chances of us having free time diminish greatly. I mean, I'm saying let's still do this mission because we have 20 days to do it. So let's just get it started. Well,
We could get
Actually,
stuck somewhere
We
for
can always
yeah,
leave early.
if it's that big
Yeah,
in
I'm-
scale.
yeah.
Well, everything is big in scale. It's just that there is no. Sorry, the reason Mechanus is so big looking is because unlike other planes, there are no layers. This is the layer.
Okay. Since we
That's
have
smart.
some time, let's. All right, I say we turn in the corpse collector and then try to do this contract.
Yeah, we can do that. I was more just saying. I was just saying we should get that thing that has a hard deadline that would be bad if we're late done, and then we can come back and do whatever we want, or finish this, or do whatever.
Texas Red, what do you think?
I mean, I think with 20 days we can at least start it, especially now that we got permission to do it. So
Well, I mean, we would have needed his permission in order to do it anyway.
I know, but I mean, I think it
The
was
big thing is
now.
once we turn in the corpse collector, we no longer. The thing I'm worried about is the 7-day deadline. Is losing control of the corpse collector. If this place is as big as we think it is, then 7 days could be a real problem. Especially if we don't have a good way to turn around.
Why can't we
But
just
also,
bring the corpse collector with us? If we're gonna be bringing our car with us, why not just bring the corpse collector too?
I don't have a way of getting our corpse collector or our car to this cube.
We can just
To another cube.
rent more birds.
You want to drive there with the corpse collector?
I mean, we can leave from the plane right away too, if we need to, with the corpse collector.
But then we'd also, oh, all right, yeah, we'd have to find the bird outpost on the Mechanus cube. But it shouldn't be that hard, right? Brian, how many birds do we need to carry our car?
I would
2.
say at least 2.
Yeah, so
Assuming the car is empty of things, you can take it with 2.
we would need approximately 6 birds.
Yeah, and if we rented 6 birds just to get us to the cube, because then, like, if we really wanted to, we could figure out a way just to drive across the.
By the
Nice.
way, just for those of you who haven't really traveled around the vehicle very much, the vehicle's speed is 100 feet. I think I calculated it. It's roughly like 20-something miles per hour versus the birds, which travel 60 feet per round.
Yeah, but bird can fly.
That is true.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if all the cogs are interweaving and stuff like that, we can just drive from cog to cog.
Okay. Let's go buy 6 birds. Get us there. And then we'll have the corpse collector with us. And then continue on our merry way. Any objectors?
Nope.
Except you
Okay.
say buy 6 birds, we're gonna rent 6 birds.
Yes.
Well,
some
I mean, if
free
they can give
cash.
us a really good deal, we got
Well,
an entire bag of beans.
Right?
6 birds for 16K.
6 birds for 5 magic beans.
Is one magic bean worth at least a K?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't think so.
It could be if you, depending on what you get.
I don't
It's
know
like
if
a lottery
5 red
ticket.
caps is really worth 1,000 gold.
Well, I
It
mean,
was 16
there
red
is
cap.
the chance that it could just spawn a random pyramid that has loot in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, party. If you want more money, I'm just saying.
Just be
Right.
sure to
Nyla's
drop
ears
it like thousands of feet away from you, because it's a pretty big pyramid, if I recall correctly.
Yes, it's, I think, a 60-foot pyramid. Well, it's actually not too big.
Well, no, I mean, if you planted beneath you, technically it would sprout from the bean, meaning you'd be on the top of the pyramid. You would just, not be very comfortable since you'd been rocketing, several feet up at a second. But, assuming the bludgeoning force doesn't kill you, it'll be fine.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it bugging.
Texas Red can
Smacks
just
you.
summon a devil. And have him do it for him while we watch from a distance. Anyone like that idea?
I mean, I can only summon a devil for a minute. Once
Well,
a
yeah,
day.
but all you need to do is just be like, hey, plant this bean in like 2 minutes when we get away. Bam, it grows.
Then I need a long rest before I can summon a devil again.
Yeah, but we're talking about a pyramid of, a lot of stuff.
Okay, so if it's a 60-foot square base, then really we would just need to throw it 60 feet away.
Anyways, let's go rent some metal birds.
Yeah, how much is it going to cost us?
How many days?
Just one, right?
I think it takes 2 days for us to get... Oh no, we're in Rakemark.
No, we're in Resounding
You're
Thunder.
Resounding Thunder.
All right, so it's going to be at least 2 days?
2 days if you want to go to get your vehicle and then go to the cube. If you want to go just to the cube, then it'll take 1 day.
All right, so 2 days.
And then we'll drop it off at the place on that cube.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You said you need 6 birds.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get a perk for handling this many birds? Like we spent a lot
Actually,
of time.
technically, if you wanted to go with the very minimum number of birds, you need 5.
Yeah, but we... Oh, okay. I'm a spare bird just in case. It's like
No.
Oregon
Look,
Trail.
Always does the minimum required. Can we do it with 4.5, Brian? Like 4 healthy ones,
No.
one.
Let's
Like,
do it with
in-
6 so
Wait,
we don't have
actually-
to deal with anything
Actually,
breaking.
you only technically need 0 birds if you wanted to stay on Resounding Thunder forever.
He brings up a fair point.
It's fair,
No,
man.
we would need 6 though, cause... Oh, can Mazeron fly?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, we would only need 5.
Look, you never want to be in Oregon Trail where your one and only ox dies. And your wagon can't move. You got issues.
You push the wagon. You push the wagon all the way to Oregon.
That's where the snakes get you, though.
Yeah, snakes are a real problem.
But see, you get enough snakes and tie enough string to them.
No, snakes
Or-
do not make...
Or one full-size lamia.
Ooh, good
What?
point. All right, anyway, how much is this costing us, Brian?
Sorry, I'm doing math. Math is hard.
I mean, understandable.
I think 24 gold.
Okay.
2 days for 6 birds?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, money has been subtracted. Let us go our flock. Would it be a murder of crows still? Or is this more of a flock?
We'll call it based off of the group of ravens, so it's a conspiracy.
Okay.
So yes, your new conspiracy will fly to Raymerchick or Rachitmerk and grab your vehicle, and then you will fly into the air. And it's not difficult at all to see which cube it is that is, in fact, rotating in space at on regular intervals.
Almost as if it's law. All right, Texas. While we're flying there, I'll try to talk to Texas Red for a minute. So obviously, this quest is going to be a bit more red tape than we originally thought. Do you have any ideas of how to get past the Modrons and get into the library?
Well, I was gonna walk in personally. I'm not really a mortal being anymore. You know,
Do you think they'd allow that?
you never know until you try.
I mean, it is literally the plane of laws.
Those are evil.
So I'm not sure that
All
just
about
by...
I am all about the laws. I always put a contract for things.
No. I'm just saying that, like, loopholes might not be super, like, accepted here. They might just be like, oh, you're semi breaking the rules. We're gonna bring the hammer down on you. Alternatively, we could
Well, I feel like
try to
loopholes
speak.
would be the way to get through the thing.
Loopholes are legal. They're not an issue. The problem is if we actually break a rule. But if we go around a rule without breaking a rule, that's a loophole and we're good. It's really my domain expertise.
I'm just saying, we can try it. If it doesn't work out, we could try going through maybe Helm.
Or making mushroom soup out of them. Let's keep that in the back of our minds.
Out of the Modrons.
The mushroom people. Yeah.
Not the Modrons. Modrons are the
Myconids are the
construct.
mushroom people. Modrons are the robot people.
Okay, well, we can make a stove to heat up the mushroom people with to make soup.
Mushroom people, I feel like you're really hung up. I don't think they're that important.
Brian,
Mhm.
are mushroom people considered civilians, or are they just considered a creature?
They are
I was-
recognized as a sentient being.
Which means they're actual civilians. Correct?
Probably.
Guys, we can't eat them.
Okay, good to note. I think he was being facetious, but good that Nile established this.
Never know though.
You're not wrong.
Damien, I hope you heard that too.
If our plan to just walk in and expose a loophole in the plane of laws doesn't work, we could try going with a man on the inside and perhaps seek if my god Helm or perhaps someone would have more information or perhaps a way for a quid pro quo. And I would personally like to stop by the plane of Helm. With an M.
Mhm.
Just for personal reasons. So, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Lead the way.
All right. In that case,
In that case, I think I should roll an encounter roll.
sure.
Eh?
Roll me an
No,
encounter
Please,
roll.
please don't.
Yes.
Roll me a
D8?
D4.
D4. Oh boy.
You're killing us.
Yes! Yes!
You
If we-
encounter a giant vulture. It is intimidated by the size of your large bird and flies away.
a
Oh, darn.
conspiracy.
What a shame.
Damien, have you ever had large vulture meat?
I don't know, are vultures considered civilians?
No.
Maybe not
Are
to
you sure? What about the vulture people?
Yeah, seriously. Akrakara.
Oh, good point. Oof.
Arakakra.
Well,
Kakra.
While we're traveling, I would like to learn more about Helm.
well, I'll be honest, not super knowledgeable.
Huh?
Ben, I give you permission to open the Helm Wikipedia page.
I'll be going off of the 1d4 page instead. I hope that's acceptable.
I'll allow it, but a lot of the 1d4 stuff is nonsense.
Correct. Look, I'm a paladin, not a cleric. If you want to learn all about Helm and his wonderful magistry, I'll tell you what I know.
So, one, I want to know why you started worshiping this god, especially since you don't know much about him.
Well, it was more of a personal reason. You see, used to be part of the village guard, and one day, a tiny itty bitty portal to another realm kind of opened its way near my village. Led a pretty, not to brag, led a pretty successful defense of it until the planar police stopped by. They closed up the portal, stopped the demonic invasion, and took me and a couple of my friends along for the ride. And that's where I was introduced to the planar police, and as a direct cause of that, Helm. So I haven't been exactly raised in a church. Been more on the trail a lot of the time. I know Helm is obviously god of law, and that either in the past or possibly in the future, there was a big kerfuffle between Helm and the god of magic, I believe. Hold on. Let me actually open up the wiki. Yeah, he's also the god of the watch. So if you look at somebody who's like lawful stupid, Helm is their god.
Did you just call your god stupid?
No, I
No,
said
he called himself stupid.
Oh.
correct.
Okay.
Also, in the past or future, he technically doesn't exist, depending on which timeline we're in.
Now pretend she understands what he said.
Basically, all the god. Okay, yeah, the god of magic. There's a big kerfuffle with some tablets of magic, and all the gods got locked out of heaven. But Helm wasn't, because he was basically too loyal to, and the big god knew that he was too loyal to actually commit the crime. So he was the gatekeeper for the god of for the heavens, and then the god of magic tried to get in, and Helm kind of murdered her. So
Usual
he
god
takes
stuff.
he takes his duty extremely seriously. I worship Helm, but I am not the greatest follower of his divine magistry. I'll be the first to admit it. There are times when rules are great, but when rules and laws are set in place to hurt people and to harm them and keep evils in power, I tend to disagree. But Helm is very much an absolute law god.
Well, thanks for providing that information. I'm sure we'll hear more about him once we reach Mechanus.
He's really all about stability and law, from what the god Google says.
By the way, you said that there's this gate that he was guarding, right?
This is a long time ago, or possibly in the future, but yes, it was known as the Dawn Cataclysm.
Where's this gate located?
Or sorry, I think this was the Times of Trouble.
I'm just curious, where's this gate located?
I don't think it's there anymore. Brian?
And I would assume that only the gods would know where the
It
gate
was
to the
called
godly helm is?
the
The
Celestial
gods
Stairway.
the gods were cursed to walk the material,
Hmm.
and there was only a single gate that led into the plains, in which Helm was guarding. This was a long time ago. I don't know if Volk would exactly know the reasons why the gods are banished to the material for a while, but the gate has been removed as a gate leading directly into the plains would be quite dangerous for regular mortals, both to and both to the mortals and to the plains.
All right, that is all.
Well, let me know
All
when
right.
no more.
That amazing story pretty much covers the entirety of the distance between you and this unnamed cube, which henceforth shall be named the Modron Cube. As you can see them marching about, and you can basically hear the rhythm from a distance away as the Modrons are smacking the cube with picks, as they seem to be mining up the iron substance.
Perhaps
And
they're building their realm.
and as they march about with their tiny feet to some kind of beat that they all understand. Here's some Modrons. I surely have some Modrons available. Those are basic workers. They're called monodrones. Monodrones are the lowest status, and in case you don't know, mono means one. That's a duo drone. That's
God.
the guy above that.
Oh my goodness.
And then they go. Oh darn it! I don't have anything above that.
Tridrone?
There's tridrone, quadrone, pentadrone, sexadrone, septadrone, octadrone, and nonadrone.
But not a
Is there a
decago-
decadrone? Is there a decadrone? No, the world is not ready for decadrones.
Oh, damn it.
Not yet.
And before you ask, they get more cursed the higher up they get.
Oh no.
I'll see if I can find a good picture. I can't find a good picture. Oh, here's the nanodrone.
Oh no.
This is maximum cursage. I'm putting this in memes because I'll forever curse this channel.
Implying it's not already cursed. Oh god.
It's been cursed multiple times.
Are they like
That's a nanodrone.
are they part flesh?
It's really hard to tell. They are in fact both metal constructs and living beings. That's an octodrone and a bunch of monodrones.
Looks
Why
like
do
a
they have
discount
such?
beholder.
Why does they have such lips? I don't know. They just do. They just do.
Well, they have to give out orders somehow.
They have to give out kisses.
God.
They're penguin.
And for scale, that is a huge sized thing. The monodrones are, I think, small,
Okay.
and by small I mean like think like dwarf sized.
Yeah, like 2.5 feet.
So bigger than an imp. Is it larger than a breadbasket?
They could probably stick a bread basket in their mouth.
Noted.
Any further questions?
Why do all the monodrones look so sad?
They don't have emotions. That would be against their programming.
That'd be pretty chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Brian, when we're there, are we going to be able to find our way to the governor's stronghold? Like, how hard is that going to be to find?
So the governor's stronghold,
Yes, their headquarters. Sorry.
that is on a different cog.
Okay.
Your goal is Regulus.
Okay.
Okay,
But I'm just saying, like, if
you
Regulus
wished
doesn't
to
work,
find, if you wished to find the headquarters of the governors, you would have to ask around to find it.
okay.
well, so like,
Luckily for you, I have a nice map which has it on there as a location, but in reality, you would have difficulty finding it.
What? Ryan, in reality, my fantasy RPG?
so I think we should touch down, talk to. So you were saying that. So I would assume it would be the monodrones can't do more than one thing at a time. So we would go and try to find a duo drone. Right?
Duo drones can only do 2 things at a time.
So it can do its work and it can talk to us.
Hypothetically, yes.
So do we want to do that then?
Quick question: why?
Well, because
If we're going to the big place with all of them there, I
No,
figure
I
it
realize
won't be
that,
that hard to.
but I think it would be a good idea if we got a heads up before we just walk through this random portal. Hey, first of all, is it legal for us just to walk through this portal? Is there, like, where would this portal take us? And can we get directions to Regulus from whatever's on the other side of this portal?
All right.
All right, you touched down. You wanted the duo drones.
Mhm.
The duo drone is currently happily picking away at the ground using a rather sharp-looking pick.
Hello, robot construct thing. Do you have a moment to talk to us?
What do you want?
Information. What's on the other side of that portal?
What is on the other side of the portal? The portal is near the headquarters of the Modrons, the Modron Cathedral.
Alright, that was pretty easy.
Ask about Regulus.
So, is the Modron Cathedral located on the cog of Regulus?
It is located on the cog of Regulus.
There we go. Can we, and I motion to the party, go through that portal and encounter no issues?
Visitors are allowed.
There we go. There's
Are
no
these
special.
beings capable of lying, by the way?
Is it illegal to lie?
Lying is chaotic. Lying is wrong.
There we go. Anybody else have any questions?
No, I think we're good.
What species do I look like?
You are not registered as an official species.
Do I look more like a worm or a lamia?
You look like a devil.
Um,
Got him. All right, let's go do another cube then. Oh, actually, first let's find a place, the bird place.
Yeah.
Then go to another cube. Man, it's been a while since we've been driving.
Mm-hmm.
All right, your vehicle touches down, and because it doesn't need to be on stable surfaces, does not completely get stuck in any of the divots that are on this cube. In
See?
terms of finding a spot to land your birds, there is like a hut and a landing platform for birds.
Oh,
It,
what
it
a
looks like
convenience.
it looks like somebody has set up a spot on this cube.
Cool.
Seems
You're not
convenient
quite
for
sure,
me.
but for some reason, it looks like the only cube that hasn't really been convenient is the one that leads to all the evil planes.
Crazy. Actually, not really that crazy. It's pretty bog standard.
And unless you wish to say something to this guy, he will take your birds, and you will no longer owe anybody money for the birds being late. Because they won't be late; they will be on time.
Goodbye, birds. We'll miss you.
You'll find your mount eventually.
Maybe. If
I
we
have a
allow
new
it.
goal.
We just murder every mount. Is that the party pact? And what
That's
Volk
it.
gets.
That's it. I'm bringing in wargs.
Okay, so real quick, going down the list, Damien wants to see his family, Nyla wants to kill a god, Texas Red wants to get revenge on Answer Anger, and Volk wants a bird. Okay, Maximilian, anything
Arizona
you
Ranger.
Sorry,
Arizona Ranger, not Azure
Ranger.
Anger.
Arizona Ranger, sorry. They're
Wow.
very similar names. I get confused sometimes.
For this long and you don't. What do you even know about me?
You were human. You died because you didn't draw your gun fast enough. And like it was pretty pathetic death, no offense. And you love
Wow.
It was pretty pathetic.
yeah, we all saw it. I mean, I don't know the circumstances leading up to it, but like, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of like setup, and then his death was like less than a second. So you know.
You know, now that you mention it, there's really not a whole lot about the whole duel. I suppose, like
Yeah.
both gunfight.
All right. The portal is not difficult to find. It is the cavern in the ground in which like an infinite stream of Modrons, it appears, seems to be walking out of carefully. Luckily, your machine is tall enough to be able to move over them without destroying them,
Oh, good.
as they do not seem to stop for anything.
Should we ask them if we'll get in trouble if we like don't step in time with them?
I'm sure we'll be notified.
Okay. Good enough.
All right. Did you enter the portal? Insert generic sound effect whoosh here.
Look at us. We've been to a quarter of the planes.
Over a quarter. 5 out of 16.
Wow. Whoever would have guessed the distance between the two was only 11.4 feet. Crazy.
Technically, we've been to 6 out of 17. Because doesn't Sigil count as the Outlands? Yellow.
Your measurement is wrong. It's snafus.
Ah, okay. But we've been at least 20 snafus.
I mean, I think we're in a constant state of being in a snafu.
That's
All right. Whoosh. Before you ask, the unit is washing machines.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Is that by height or by width?
Yes.
Diagonal distance from top left corner to bottom back right corner.
Is that including the top panels that some have to?
Also,
size washing
I
machines.
also didn't say what size washing machines and for what creature.
Or
think
what
we all know.
brand, because brands vary their designs too.
All right. I'm gonna be going to the bathroom. If you need a bathroom break, now is the time.
Yay!
Interesting.
Poke.
So now that we have you here, I'd like to tell everyone about the glory of Helm.
Damien falls asleep.
He's pretty great. The end. So Maximilian, I'm not saying there aren't any bars here, but what do you think? What do you think they'd look like?
I'm guessing maybe some steampunky vibes.
Maybe. Oh, that's a good call.
That's what I'd be hoping for, at least.
I apologize. I need to use a better system of measurement.
Washing machine?
Tipsy robots. Robots.
There you go.
S or sevens?
Sevens.
They're all sevens.
Interesting.
All right, where is everybody here? Actually,
Yes.
all right.
Yes.
Where while you were told that Regulus is the largest cog, that is technically true and also technically false. As you come through the portal, you see that there's all about you is hustle and bustle. There seems to be modrons of up to quadrones walking about in orderly manners, and there seems to be, oddly enough, only like 4 different types of buildings, as they look to be carbon copies of each other. For the most part, that is with the exception of the Modron Cathedral, which is a massive pillar. They're massive. It's like a castle-like structure, except stretched out vertically. As you take your first steps with the vehicle, you find that the steps of the vehicle are immediately in time with the moving of the Modrons. And as one of you attempts to voice this, you find that your motions are also in time with this. As your vehicle takes its first few steps away from the portal, suddenly there is a massive crashing noise as all of the loose things on the vehicle rocket themselves about the vehicle until they are all organized neatly.
No! I need my chaos!
Your
Oh,
pockets are all immediately organized by size and weight. All of your
God, we've
coins
been trying to do
are
this laundry.
You gotta
for months.
put it in alphabetical order, come on!
Hey, size and weight I think's fine.
For some reason, Mazron is organized with the inventory of the vehicle. It's not really explained why.
That's strange. What about Karzad? Is he there too?
Karzad, for some reason, Karzad just pops into existence.
Ah, shit. I thought we got rid of him. Excuse me, you gave me an imp that doesn't belong here. Take him out with the trash, please.
So Regulus appears to be not 1 gear, but rather 64 arranged in a pattern resembling a circle, except it is not completely flat. There are different layers or different levels, but they all seem to be generally as one cohesive unit, all sharing the same building structure types and whatnot. In the center of this structure is the cathedral, and you can see basically droves of other kinds of modrones beyond just the quadrones, duodrones, tridrones, and monodrones moving about. Away from the cathedral. Seems like the entire 64 cog structure goes off as far as your eyes can see. There is a massive rod, a axle, running through the cathedral, and it seems to be the central axis with which the entirety of Regulus rotates. If you were to judge it by its size, although you are quite a distance away, you would say it is probably more than a mile thick.
So we have no idea where we're going to find the spell area.
Well, we do know that we're
Also-
on Regulus, so we need to find the libraries of Regulus, and we could just get directions from the
Yeah.
Duodron.
Now channel your inner book. You have a connection with them after you've been,
God.
reprogrammed by the god of Annunciation.
Ah! Ah!
All right. As you also take your first steps with your vehicle, you realize that it is now run out of fuel. Somehow it had a tiny bit of fuel remaining in it
Ah, shit.
from previously.
Oh, yeah, we'll throw another.
Bang on the engine, throw in a soul coin.
And it roars back to life with a scream.
Can I
And-
Can
actually
you get a muffler?
Can I get out of the vehicle and inspect it?
Do we also want to use demon blood to double the...
Can you jump out of the vehicle?
I
I mean,
as well.
Is it? Yeah. Am I able to get out of the vehicle and inspect it at this point?
what do you mean unexpected?
And expect it.
Inspect it, like.
Oh,
look for stuff.
inspect it, as in like observe the vehicle. Okay.
See.
Yes.
I thought you were like, can I make the vehicle move forward and then jump out of it like suddenly? I'm like, okay,
No.
but why? Okay.
To
Yeah.
test the limits
if
of
you
the
wish
plane.
to- If you wish to inspect it, roll it with your mechanics ability.
Can I have assistance with this at all, or?
Nobody seems to be proficient in using the vehicle, I think.
Okay.
I think you're the only one with, like, mechanics knowledge. Like, I tried at first, but that was
What are you trying to see?
fucked up.
I am trying to see if there's any device on it for tracking. Seeing if something was altered, modified when we were away from it last.
All right. What is your modifier for intelligence?
Modifier for intelligence is +1.
+1. All right. In that case, that is not a 24, but a 19. Or no, that is sorry.
'Cause
That
I
is
used
not a
my
24. That is a 20. I apologize.
Sorry, I used my dexterity and proficiency.
Yes, I know, but you're using. It's basically investigation here.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha.
Yes. So you observe the base of the vehicle. You do not see any strange things out of place or anything like that.
Okay. I'll get back on.
You do see some nibblings where it seems that rust monsters had managed to nibble away at the base of the vehicle, but nothing seems to be damaged. Just the outer coats of some things, like the edges and whatnot.
Is it possible to fix that at some point? With the
Yeah,
tools I
you'd
have
be
at
able to fix it, but at the moment, it doesn't seem to cause you any problems.
Okay.
It seems that some brave rust monsters had managed to nibble away at things before they had been scared off.
Gotcha.
All right. Where do you wish to go?
Well, let's talk to a duodron,
Or anything higher than that, really.
Yeah.
or possibly a triotron.
Wouldn't it just be a
Look, all right, I
Tritron?
can. Look,
It's a
I don't
tridron.
know. These things weird me out. It's the lips. Oh God.
We're gonna see that forever. You know that, right?
Yeah. I guess I'll call out to
That's
one
a
of the.
Tri-Drone.
Oh, that looks well horrific. But yeah, I'll call out to one of them.
Actually, you know what?
No, please.
Here's a bunch of drones.
No. Okay. Yep.
Yay!
Mono drone, duo drone, tri-drone in the bottom left, quad drones, 2 of them in the upper right, and then a pentadrone. Pentadrones are large size.
I hate the Pentatron.
Actually,
I
I
hate
think.
them all.
Yeah, I hate them all. A quadrone is the one I'm most okay with.
Yeah, it's kind of. It's just yeah, it's not that bad.
Quadrones are 6 foot tall exactly. Some of them have wings, some of them do not.
Will we talk to the quadrones, if there are any?
There are quadrones moving about.
I will try to talk to one. Say, excuse me, a bit of a newcomer to the plains. Could we perhaps get some guidance?
Oh, 1 second. Here's the original versions of the drones. There you go. There's some cursed stuff.
I think actually
No.
that's much better.
No. Mm-mm.
Yes. Observe the mono drone.
I
Stare into its
observe
eye.
it.
It does. It stares back.
Anyway,
Quad drone, I'm still 100% the most okay with.
Yep.
anyway, the quadrone turns in your direction and says, "Yes."
Excuse me, we're trying to find a couple of the places. Could you point them out for us? We're trying to get to the libraries of Regulus.
The libraries of Regulus. Yes.
Wh-
They look
where-
like those buildings. And you see, and it points to a set of buildings that look to be kind of like pyramidal in shape, but stacked on top of each other. So there's like 2 arrows in the same direction, but pyramids.
Okay. And just as a side question, do you know where Everwatch is?
Everwatch, yes. Everwatch is located on cog number 1420.
1420.
That's 1
Right,
420.
and-
Indeed. Cog number 1420.
And how would we get to the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment?
The cog of the Fortress of Disciplined Enlightenment is on the cog numbered as 3464.
And where would we receive perhaps a guide, someone who could show us the way to these cogs for the unenlightened?
That would require much paperwork, and if you wish, I can take you to the building to figure that out for you.
We would appreciate that.
Yes, this would be
Please.
wonderful.
All right. In that case, I first need to go and ask my higher-ups if I can leave the line in order to direct you to the place. This will only take up to 24 hours.
Oh god.
Perhaps if you could, I don't suppose you can point us in the right direction.
That way we wouldn't delay you for
Yes,
your job.
I could point you in the right direction. Give me a second to ask my higher-ups if I am capable of doing such a thing. It will take no longer than 24 hours. And it starts moving off into a direction.
I think we should just get it to show us the way, if it's going to take the same amount of time.
Yeah, let's just follow it.
We'll go back to the original question then. Don't ask,
Yeah.
make sure he doesn't just point to it. Make him take us to it if that's the case.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, and this quadrone starts walking off to a set of buildings. Now, of course, I can't really demonstrate it to you unless we're looking at a 3D image, but basically you're walking off the face of the cog as it's rotating onto the underside. then taking a set of stairs from there onto a cogs on a slightly different level. All while the whole thing is spinning. I'm going to need everybody to roll me a Constitution save.
Everybody gets +4. Oh, that was a disadvantage.
That's a 13.
Are you still rolling to the DM, Damien?
No.
Oh, no. Oh, God, it's still awful.
It's still terrible. So my Constitution saves suck.
All right, you all pass.
Hey.
As it's disorienting, but everyone manages to keep their balance. As it takes you off towards a set of buildings. These buildings are all grouped around the base of, are equidistant from each other on this cog, all looking exactly alike to each other. And it walks inside one of the buildings, and unfortunately, your vehicle is too large to go inside of it. You'll have to get out.
It's fine.
All right. As you exit your vehicle and you walk into the building, the quadrone moves over to a counter in which there are several other quadrones, and it says, "I need to ask for permission in order to escort some newcomers towards the location of other structures." And the quadrone replies, "Very well. I will have to go and confirm with my higher-ups in order to allow you to do such a thing." And it seems that you have found some kind of bureaucracy building.
I was gonna say, I'll just lean over to whoever's closest and be like, he just asked permission to ask permission, and the other guy said that he has to ask permission to see if he can ask permission. This is going to take forever to get anything done.
We should have it
Well-
for 24 hours.
Yeah, it will take no longer than 24 hours.
Roll me an intelligence check, one of you.
That's not me.
Somebody
Maximilian.
smart.
Maximilian, go ahead.
Let's see how this goes.
Maximilian, being that it has brought you to a building of bureaucracy, you might be able to shorten the process a little bit if you asked one of the quadrones at the counter as opposed to asking this other quadrone to do it for you.
Fair.
While you do that, I'll be in the car.
I kind of want to be in the car too.
Maximilian,
Too bad.
you got this information. You got to take charge.
Have the charismatic people talk to the robots.
Yeah, Maximilian is just as good. One might say
got
even better
Maximilian.
than Volk.
You got this, Max.
That's how I've been rolling today.
What would you like to say to the robot, Max?
I don't want to talk to these things. All right, 1 second.
If you wish to not talk to the things, then you could just go back to the vehicle, and we could all just have everybody just sit around for an hour or for a whole day.
Okay, 1 second. I will be right back though. Just sorry.
Man.
So how's everyone's day going?
You know, I made some
Good.
brownies.
Nice. Knowing by you guys too?
Yep. Well, I
Right.
think I'm like 30 minutes away from you, so
Ah,
yes.
That's right. Brian, you're in Texas, right? Or did you move?
I think Brian's back in Illinois.
Oh, okay. Tired.
Did you guys think that I wouldn't bring bureaucracy into the place where all laws are?
You know, I kind of hoped it would be a bit more efficient. Maybe it's
Efficiency.
a law plane.
Yeah,
I
it
feel
is
like
full of
they'd
laws.
gotten rid of all of the fluff.
Fluff, but isn't that what the entirety of law is?
No. All's about rules.
Listen, we can't just be given permission to anybody.
That's not true.
But we're the main characters.
Main characters. Do you think you're the only set of heroes in this world?
Well,
You know,
currently in
sometimes
Mechanus, maybe.
it really seems like it.
I mean, the only other people I see are robots, so maybe. I don't know. Someone could be running an all-robot campaign, though.
What do you think Warforged are?
Yeah, but they're not in Mechanus. Because Warforged actually have, like, personality, typically. And that can't happen in Mechanus. Because that's too chaotic.
All right. Who's going to sleep here?
Oh, Damien, absolutely.
All right, Damien. What time? How much do you wish to sleep here? Do you wish to sleep here for a short nap? Do you wish to take a short rest? Do you wish to take a long rest?
I would probably... I'm just gonna, like, hang out on the car. And then if they're not done within an hour, then I'll probably just, like, fall asleep. So... I don't know. Depends on when they get done. When they get done and come out and get me, then I'll wake up.
I didn't say. Will you wake up then? Everything is orderly, even the naps.
You know what? I'll say 6 hours max. Yeah, no. How long's the short rest?
1 hour.
I'll be asleep for 1.5 hours. That way I get a full
Alright.
REM cycle.
You will sleep for exactly 1.5 hours.
I will repair the vehicle.
All right. You will repair the vehicle in an orderly manner, and by orderly manner, I mean any tools that you take out of the toolbox immediately arrange themselves by size. And if you pull one of the tools out in order to use it to repair part of the vehicle, they all rush back together and instead change the ordering system. So sometimes they'll order themselves by size, sometimes by weight, sometimes by alphabetical order. And
Yeah,
So
tell
much
it.
alphabet.
Can I tell it to go by size? Or does the realm just do whatever it wants?
you realize that there is a pattern to it.
Interesting.
Yes, everything is order. There is no mess.
Huh.
All right.
Oh yeah, you
I don't.
brought the corpse collector here too, didn't you?
We
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty grisly sight, honestly. See, the bodies are organized
Oh,
alphabetically
no.
by race.
Oh God.
I'm not even going to describe how that happens. It just happens.
Volk, waiting for Maximilian to come back from his blank stare, will just decide to take matters into his own hands. He will try to talk to one of the counter Modron. Say, "Excuse me, Miss Modron.
Yes.
I have a question. Can we perhaps get guidance from the counter here? We are newcomers in this plane, and we seek a certain
You may
location.
receive guidance.
Excellent. So first of all, we're looking for the COG 420. 1,420, which controls Everwatch. How would we get there from here?
I will have to ask for permission to give you directions.
Where would
It
you
should
ask?
only take but an hour.
An hour. Oh, excellent. Well, we'll be right here, being very orderly. That you can be sure.
Ask
And
her
it
another
will
question.
slowly move itself back from the counter and walk away into a back room.
Do you wanna ask the next one that was standing right next to it for
Why?
other information?
What other information do we need?
How to get to the libraries of Regulus?
He pointed them out to us. It was right over there, those buildings. The ones that
He
look
said they
like
were
arrows.
look like
He
those.
said they
So-
looked like those ones.
Roll me an intelligence check. Anyone of you.
Oh, Niles got this.
If you're in. All right.
Yeah, looks good.
Roll me with advantage,
Fuck.
somebody.
14.
All right. 14. All the libraries look exactly the same, but they all building.
But they
Okay.
all what?
So all libraries look like two pyramids stacked on top of each other. There is more than one library.
Well, let's go into the library. First of all, So the buildings he showed us, they are libraries of Regulus. Correct?
Yes.
Oh.
Not necessarily the ones we're looking for. So let's test our theory, see if Texas Red can walk into them. Because he is not a mortal creature.
All right. Who's measuring how many sevens are around the image of?
What? What?
Could be any one of us.
What? Yeah. Anyway.
Wait for this guy to come back. So does that sound like a good idea?
Mhm.
We'll test our theory at that. If that doesn't work.
I mean, why can't we just
Actually, we're waiting right here, right?
Yeah.
Texas Red. How far away are the buildings? Well, we wait for. Oh, never mind. We don't want to split the party right now because I'm just trying to for efficiency.
Remember that the entirety of this system looks to be roughly the size of a continent.
Yes.
If you were to measure it, without if you were to measure the whole thing, now granted it's going to be smaller than that because they're sort of stacked on top of each other a little bit. But basically, checking every single library will take some time.
Right. But we just need to test if his theory will work to get inside of the. Because the rest of us mortals aren't allowed inside the libraries because we're not Modrons. Texas Red's thought is that he's not immortal like the rest of us, so he should be allowed.
Yeah, but he's also a devil, technically, and I doubt devils have the ability to go inside of the library.
We don't know that.
Why don't we ask the person at the counter?
Because we don't want to be stuck here for another 8 hours waiting for them to ask permission.
We could just. I don't know.
Well, the thing
If you're
is,
asking more
right
questions,
now
we
we're
can
getting.
Sorry, if you're not going to ask more questions, we can fast forward to the end of the hour.
Yeah, let's do that.
Did we ask him where the library was?
That's
Because
what
we need
we're
to
waiting
ask
the hour for.
No, the asked for.
No, we're waiting an hour to find the location, to get the locations of basically a central map.
You are waiting an hour to get the location of the cog for Everwatch. That is what you're waiting an hour for.
And so we need the information for the library. So I'll ask the person next to us at the next counter if they could give us the directions for the library we're looking for.
Very well. I shall ask my superiors if I am capable of doing such a thing.
Can you expedite the process, please?
No.
How long will it take, you think?
1 hour.
You're awesome.
This man's complimenting a robot.
Woman.
Am I awesome, robot?
The robot left.
Yeah.
Bye.
The robot does not say goodbye to you.
Oh.
Your love for the robot is not shared.
Oh.
Mainly because
It
they
is
do not
incapable.
have feelings.
This Modron is not capable of love.
My new objective of this campaign, who cares about hydrophons? I'm going to make these drones feel love. That's the goal.
Damien, roll me a planar knowledge. Alright, there is such a thing as rogue Modrons.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Modrons whose programming has malfunctioned in some manner. These Modrons become they basically go off script. They have been known to do anything from be adventurers to be shopkeepers, to basically be like regular people, except with slightly more robotic manner of living.
Are they considered chaotic then?
No, they are just not the absolute lawful neutral that all other Modrons are.
Okay.
And also to various degrees of chaos.
Okay. I think we're ready to
Dakota,
Well,
you there?
Oh, sorry. What was the question?
You just you just banished yourself to Carcerai, so I had to drag you back out of there.
Sorry.
Jacob, are you still there?
I think something came up.
All right. Or he really just did not want to talk to the Modrons.
That's also
You with a
understandable.
face like that.
All right. An hour will pass. And Volk,
Yes.
a series of printed instructions
Awesome.
will be delivered to you. Upon closer inspection, you find that they are very neatly handwritten, listing out exactly every action you need to take in order to make it to that specific cog.
Simple enough.
Does it say how long it'll take to get there?
It gives it in both feet and minutes, down to the millisecond.
Let's go with
How many?
minutes.
Let's
According
go
to
with days.
according to the directions, if you math out how many days it will take you to get there, based off of specifically conveniently your vehicle, it will take you 3.5 days to get there.
Not bad.
As for the directions to get to the libraries, you did not specify a specific library, so it gives you a
I did
map.
He's actually said the one we're looking for. Was that not specific enough?
You did not specifically say which kind of library you were looking for, as you did not really know. So you are given a map of all the possible libraries.
Can we filter it based on? Wait, did Maximilian shared information with us? But I wasn't sure if he had that information in character. What do
I
we
did not
know
give
in
you-
character about this spell?
Nobody gave me any kind of check, Arcana check, or
I'll-
anything, so you do not know anything
I'll
about this
roll an
spell.
Arcana. Can I roll an Arcana check?
You can absolutely roll me an Arcana check.
Would Maximilian be better at that?
Maximilian would probably be better at this, but he also probably metagamed.
23.
23. You have
Damn.
never heard of this before, but it is in fact a spell. You can guess that it is probably evocation.
Okay.
Based
And
off of the title, you can guess that it probably involves fire.
Got it. Rain of Fire. Do I have any sense if it's low level or high level?
You are confident it is not any spell you've ever heard of before.
Probably high level, given it's called
Which
Rain of
means
Fire, though.
that, based off of that roll, you're fairly confident you know fire spells. You've never heard of that spell before.
So it's got to be some wicked high level thing.
So at minimum,
So let's
above
filter our
what spell
shirts.
level you're able to cast. At maximum.
Maximum
With-
voltage.
God.
However, knowing that it is evocation gives you a specific library. There is a set of libraries for spells,
Okay.
and you are looking for ones involving evocation specifically.
Yep.
And you believe that it would be in this particular library, pointing on a map that I would have provided if I knew we were going to Mechanus.
Just reuse the Jade Palace, or the Duke of Thunder's palace.
It would be located here. Do you see it? How it's on the map? It is
Yes,
on the map.
definitely.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. It's right there. Just a couple of 7s away from us.
Mhm.
So we're going to the. Is it just one library that's full of evocation, or is it like, can we filter
This-
it more based on?
Yes,
Fire
it is
evocation.
specifically based off of evocation. Fire will probably be a section within that evocation area.
Okay.
Or unless it is organized by spell level. Unless it is organized by who can cast it. Unless it is organized by... There's a lot of unless it is organized bys that it could be.
Well, let's go
can
there.
Yeah. And just
And
ask
for all you know, maybe the organization system changes.
like, we can ask once we get there, though, because they might change their system based on what we are looking for. So if we say, hey, we're specifically looking for a fire evocation spell of a higher level, it might change to be, like, based in what element and then by level.
Okay, so yeah, let's take the car there.
Alright, it is going to take you 2 hours to get to this
Wait
location.
a second. Before we go, because I'm not sure if this would be considered a chaotic action, but we do have those other people looking into the information we just received that said they could take 24 hours. Can we tell the person at the front desk to
I would like you to cancel my order.
more or less cancel that?
Thank you for letting us know. We are sorry that we were unable to process your request. The cancellation order has been sent.
Thank you.
It's appreciated.
Nyla, congratulations for correctly identifying a point of chaos in your party's actions.
Thank you. Thank you.
What? Crazy.
I would have, in fact, caused trouble for that, because you would have broken the law.
Oh man, that would
Chaos is breaking the law.
All right, let's go to the library then.
All right. You make it to the library. It takes 2 hours.
Yeah.
Once again, the vehicle's steps are in time with the motions of everything else, as are your own motions, as are the winding pattern of Nyla. Your breaths are in sync. Your blinking is in sync. Everything is to the time of the cog as it slowly ticks.
Our
It
radio
seems to be
only plays
very
in sync.
slowly turning about.
So how does our steps being in time affect my speed?
It means that in terms of music, it would be partitions of the standard step.
Gotcha.
So like for instance, it'd be like you would take 10 steps for every 1 step of everyone else, or something like that.
Yeah.
Except it's more mathy because it's not exactly 10 times the speed of everyone else.
Well, it would be almost double.
So you take a step, 2 steps every time everyone else takes 1 step.
Yes. Gotcha.
And your vehicle manages to make it to this building. The outside of the building does not seem to be guarded, although there are large groups of Modrons moving about They seem to be moving about in an organized pattern. Modrons with each quadrone with 4 tridrones, each tridrone with 3 duodrones, each duodrone with 2 modrons.
Okay.
And they all seem to be moving around in some kind of formation. You can see that there are these formations carrying books into the library, and you can see that there are some modrons with weapons that seem to be. I mean, I guess they seem to be guarding, but they really just seem to be moving about in circles. What do you do?
Well, let's try talking to one of the either quadrons, quadrons, 4-sided
Quadrones?
drons.
Quadrones.
Which quadrones do you wish to speak to?
Let's talk to the weapon ones.
Yes.
Hello there. We are seekers of knowledge, and are perhaps seeking knowledge about a specific spell. We were told that we could gain this knowledge in the libraries of Regulus. Can you perhaps tell us where we can receive this information?
Entering the library is forbidden.
Is it forbidden for all of us?
Forbidden.
But they can bring it out.
Forbidden.
What are the specific rules?
Forbidden. Forbidden.
Understood.
And it seems to be stuck in an infinite loop of forbidden.
Okay.
And as it keeps on speaking, a half-elf who you didn't notice comes out of one of the shadows of the library and makes its way towards your vehicle.
What's his exact height? And also, what's his hair color?
I knew you were gonna ask that.
Exact height is 7,
All right.
and eye color is not white.
Oh. What about hair color?
Hair color is colored.
He's got a lot of similarities to a
That's-
certain lying Athar that we dislike.
What?
I'm sorry that you're trying to get into the library. Unfortunately, they're closed to the public. However, I know my way around things here. You could say that I'm a little bit of a faster source of information, and pay me a bit. I might be able to help you out.
Damien, what's your read on this guy?
He seems like a dude.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems like a dude.
This wouldn't be against the law, would it?
There's nothing against paying someone for advice.
Yeah.
All right, as long as it's only advice and nothing chaotic will happen from this action.
Just pay me a gold.
All right. I guess I'll
Wait a
pay
second.
him.
Is this action considered chaotic?
Roll me an insight check on the world of Mechanus. Currently, as of yet, this does not seem to be anything chaotic.
Would there be criminal elements in this plane?
Could there be criminal elements?
Like-
You're not sure how you would have criminal elements here.
Okay. I was just wondering if I could finally use my criminal contact.
Yeah, we'll pay him a gold.
You see, things work differently here in Mechanus, and especially here at Regulus. If you wish to enter the library, you would have to break the law. But there are forms and passes you can use in order to break the law legally.
That seems like an oxymoron.
Yes, it seems seems quite impossible. You would need some sort of evidence.
Like a loophole.
I assure you, it's not a loophole.
How
Anything
long?
can be made legal here, as
How
long
long
as you
is this
know how to
process?
do it.
If we were to do it, how long would it take? We're on a time crunch.
Fortunately, it would require work from the Modrons, and there's a lot of structure they have to do. Each Modron basically has to ask for permission from the tier above it, all the way up to Primus, and then all the way back down. But if you manage to wait for the whole process to complete itself, you can get the paperwork you require.
How many days are you thinking?
For something like an illegal pass, probably a day.
Oh, that's not bad at all. So all we would have to do is ask one of which Modron would we
You
ask
would
to
probably
start this
need to
chain?
go to one of the bureaucracy buildings. They're all exactly identical to each other. And he points to a building similar to, or exactly looking like one of the buildings you had been in before with the other Modron.
So we would go to this bureaucracy building. And
Ask
what
for a
would we
pass to enter the library, which it is illegal to do. And
No, you
they'll
would have
just
to
say,
ask for a
okay.
pass to break the law.
okay.
Specifically, a pass of illegal entry.
Okay.
And then you would be able to legally enter the building.
Why are you giving out this information to us? It's a gold, but this information is extremely valuable.
You wouldn't believe how profitable 1 gold can be if everybody needs to ask this question.
Do you get a lot of traffic here?
Let's just say there are a lot of fresh governors.
Yes, that's what we are. Governors.
And what's your name, my good elf sir?
Half-elf.
Half elf.
My name? Why do you wish to know my name?
Because we will probably be back, and we'd like to get to know on a first name basis. By the way, my name is Nyla.
Damien.
Very well, you can call me Jim.
Did you just lie? Or is that just the name you give people?
I mean, he just said we can call him. He never said that was his name. So that's not really a lie.
Fair enough.
Like, I could say, you could call me a shifter, and that would not be a lie. You can
could
call
also
me a shifter.
call you Shifty.
I mean, yeah, if you wanted to, go ahead.
All right.
And
Shifty.
besides, I do have a pass in which I could turn any lie into a truth.
Man, this place is weird. I'll be honest. I kind of prefer the previous plane we were on.
Acheron.
Yeah. All right. Then let us.
Skedaddle.
Let's skedaddle.
All
So
right.
let's go to a bureaucracy building.
Luckily, there is a bureaucracy building on this cog that you have just moved yourself onto.
Cool. We'll go inside.
All right, it's only half an hour to get to.
Cool.
You move yourself inside. It is exactly the same down to the number of Modrons at the counter, except there is no Modron asking for another Modron's assistance here.
Okay. I will approach the counter and say, "Greetings. We are here to seek a pass of illegal entry."
For how
Specific
many?
For. Yeah. Never mind, you said.
How many are in our party? Just the mains one? We'll leave the car outside.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's say for 6.
All right, and what location are you trying to illegally enter?
A
It would
library.
be the Library of Regulus for evocation spells.
All right. Do you know exactly what time you'll be illegally entering this place? Illegally leaving this place?
We
How long did it take us to actually get to? I'm going to try to be as specific as possible. Like the second we get the
You seem
path,
to be unsure. And fill out. You will also need to fill out a time of unknown time.
right? We can fill out that form as well.
Can I ask for a pass for illegal bribery?
I can only handle one pass at a time.
I'll go over to the next counter. I would like to ask for a pass for illegal bribery, please.
Very well. Do you know who you will be illegally bribing?
The Modron at the next counter.
Very well. And for how much will you be illegally bribing the Modron at the next counter?
10 gold.
10
Should he
gold.
accept?
And at what time are you going to be illegally bribing this Modron?
Approximately 2 minutes after the pass is accepted.
Very well. We will process this.
Thank you. And I'll walk back over. Because if we illegally
Okay.
bribe him, then we should be able to just, like, bypass the security, right?
Possibly. But right now we're waiting on our form of unknown time to be filled out.
Basically, it is a form in which you are filling out that verifies that you are in fact unaware of what time that the accompanying piece of paper will be occurring at.
Yep.
I'm going to need you to roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. Yeah, intelligence and not spades. But apparently
But
spades.
hey,
hey,
You pretty much
I'm
easily
going-
fill out this piece of paper, as esoteric as it may be, and hand it in. The Modron at the counter looks at it, finishes filling out the rest of its paperwork, and leaves the counter.
How important is handwriting in this plane?
I hope it's not that great because I didn't really learn cursive. I've just been kind of squiggling my name. It's gotten me this far in my life.
In terms of illegality, probably not. In terms of how important it is in the sense of law and order, very. Listen, all right, we just can't be writing in Comic Sans here, all right? It's too disorderly.
Yeah.
Times New Roman or get the fuck out.
but what about Calibri
Well,
Light?
Arial, size 12 font.
It needs to be it needs to be size 12 font, double space. Margins have to be exactly the same.
12 words to a sentence. 4 sentences, 1 paragraph.
Should there be a
Alright.
space after the paragraph enter?
Perfect grammar.
Yes. So you will have some time before either form is processed.
All right.
Funnily
Unfortunate-
enough, Damien, the processing time for the bribery is going to be about a day.
Ah, fuck.
You can cancel it.
How long is it going to take for the illegal entry pass to be
A
processed?
day.
All right. Well,
So unfortunately, assuming that if you continue filling out, or you wait for the bribery one, you'll have to still bribe the other Modron.
Oh, I
You're
get
just-
that.
All right. So, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Dancing, so that way we're all in time and we can record the greatest dance video ever.
Sounds good to Damien.
Let's do this, guys. Let's kick. We've been fighting and killing people for what, like 6 months? Gotta kick
All right.
back and bust a
I'm
move.
going to need a performance check from everybody involved in this dance.
With advantage, though, right? Because we're automatically in time.
Yes, with advantage because you're all in time.
This
You
is
still have to be
not
capable of
chaotic,
doing
is
the
it?
moves.
All right, all right. Nice. If we all get the same number, do we get a bonus?
Yes, I will double whatever the number is.
We
if
literally
everyone gets the
cannot all
same
get the
number.
same number.
All right. Well, you know.
Well,
Like-
if
Boy,
you guys
can-
don't roll and it's just Vulcan and I, then we can get a
Yeah.
44.
I will not roll.
Oh,
Afraid of chaotic actions.
Oh, no, I was gonna say even if I got a nat 20, it'd bring me up to 21. So
Maximilian.
He's not in here, I don't think.
Oh goodness.
All right.
Nyla, would you like to join and then maybe me and you can
You get a roll with advantage.
do
Yeah.
some
Aim
sort
for
of flying
aim for a
performance?
22. Oh. All right. Close.
Is
Oof.
dancing considered a chaotic thing?
No,
Depends.
it's all about the law of dance.
All right. I will roll then, and I will do an aerial performance.
Oh shit, did we get permission to perform a dance party on the block? Before we do
You
this,
did
guys.
not.
Ah,
You did
God damn
not
it.
get permission to dance.
Then we will not do this.
All right.
great.
Texas Red and Volk. You basically are in sync. So you get a 44 in your performance. This is the greatest dance that anyone has ever witnessed of all time. And then there's just Damien and Maximilian doing things that are not quite exactly what everyone else is doing.
I mean,
Unfortunately, Nyla is absolutely correct. You do not get permission to do a dance sequence here on this location. And even though it is the greatest dance sequence of all time, of a bunch of duo drones come over and they say, "Halt! Your dancing is not permitted here unless you have the proper forms."
I will take it
Alright.
up tomorrow with the duo drone at counter 2.
I see that you do not have the forms for spontaneous dancing in a public location. In this case, you will have to pay the fine for not having a form of spontaneous dancing.
How much is the fine?
What,
The fine is-
constitutes the phrase spontaneous and dancing?
To be dancing in a spontaneous manner, as dictated by not having been determined in advance by at least a week.
Isn't time relative in this place? Isn't every action we take merely measured in the footsteps of gods? And according to the great law of the universe itself, every action has been preordained. So could it really have been spontaneous?
Do you have a philosophy permit?
I have faith.
How much are we paying you?
All right, we have one fine for spontaneous dancing in a public location, and one fine for practice of philosophy.
How much?
Oh, that's illegal? That's a law now? Jeez.
Without a proper permit, both are illegal.
What's the fee?
The fee is 20 gold total.
What if
Next
I ask
time,
if it's illegal?
remember that if you are dancing in a public location spontaneously, to fill out your forms in advance at least 3 days. Also, philosophy is just banned. It is not lawful
Rad.
or orderly.
I will pay them the 20 gold. So do I pay each of you 10 gold? Just one person 20?
The money shall be split evenly.
I shall give them 20 gold.
All right. And they will walk off.
How many Modrons were there?
X, where X is the number of Modrons that were there.
Okay.
Oh
So I was kind of wondering
not
how you
this shit.
split 20 gold into an odd number that is not 5.
Well, it was duo drawn, so they only showed up in pairs of 2.
Oh, true.
That is wrong.
No, it could be
But
a
sure.
duo drone, but typically they have 2 mono drones underneath them. So that would be 3. How do you divide 20 by 3?
Their brains explode.
You have an
They
infinite
cannot-
number of
I
gold.
walk away. I
split it evenly.
walk away. Shit. I don't know if that's illegal. They're the ones who started it.
Damien, do you have a permit for assault with deadly logic?
For asking
It's not-
to,
it's
for
not
asking
philosophy,
to
it's
divide
math.
A finite a currency with finite amounts into fractions.
It's not fucking philosophy. It's math. Math is legal. That's the only logical explanation for half of the shit that we do here.
Okay, I say we just go inside the vehicle and just lay low until before we get more gold.
Well, do we have
Yes.
a loitering permit?
You mean a parking permit?
That
We might need one of those too.
Well, if we put it in neutral, it's not in park.
Yeah, we'll throw our hazards on. We can park there.
Because it'd be stalling.
There's not a hydrant around. We'll be
Oh,
fine.
so you only
standing.
get the loitering permit or the loitering fee then. Okay. Luckily for you, you don't see any no parking signs. It seems that most people don't really bring infernal vehicles around, so they don't really have enough of a need for no parking signs. Or perhaps the buildings have a no sign somewhere. In which case, it is illegal to put signs on these buildings.
Except for the one sign that says no signs.
Yes.
Wait a minute. How could that sign exist?
Because it says in fine print underneath, with the exception of this sign, no signs.
Oh, okay. Alright, I'm ready to continue our journey through hell.
Or we could end the session here, and I could prepare a map or some visuals or anything.
What? Brian, I'm getting a lot of theater of the mind.
This is also a good stopping point, is what I'm saying.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. Blips then.
Yeah. Lawful blips.
Yes, make sure to organize yourselves in a nice, orderly manner.